What is good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason. We are back here for another one, and I welcome you all in on this beautiful Friday night, wherever you are. I know up here in Canada, it is absolutely sunny, beautiful. Well, the sun's going down up there, but it was an absolute beautiful day here today. Um, and I hope everyone did have a productive week. Hope everyone had a good week, and I hope everyone is staying happy, healthy, and safe. Of course, these crazy times. I mean, I've just learned that I won't be traveling at least until 2022. So that means probably, definitely no training camp for your boy, which was the plan. I will not be able to attend any games this year, which I was going to attend at least two. And my family trip to Turks and Caicos, which was planned for December, is going to be pushed back itself. So, yeah, kind of crappy up here. At least the weather's nice, though. But I hope everyone's doing good. Tonight, we are going to do an in-depth look at Jaelan Phillips. We got some things to go over before we get into Jaelan Phillips. Man, what an exciting prospect, that's the thing I love about these prospects that they picked. Such fun tape to watch. I've already watched all of them, but to dive back in and to have to clip up for this and stuff like that, absolutely beautiful. So, we are going to get into all of that stuff. And we are going to start off because today, a lot of people didn't realize that today was the beginning of rookie mini camp. And, it started on the weekend with in-class sessions, but today they actually hit the gridiron today, the practice field, and they were practicing. So we'll get into some of that. There's a Barry Jackson article we could go over. Zoom session started today. I sat in. If you don't follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at @the_real_reason. I sat in on Jalen Phillips. Sorry, Jalen Phillips. He's tomorrow. Jalen Waddle. Who else? Hunter Long. Jared Dokes. Larnell Coleman. Jalen Askew. And I believe that was it today. Yeah, I believe I sat in on those guys today. Tomorrow's Jaelan Phillips, Javon Holland, Liam Eichenberg. Plus some other UDFAs. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. So follow me on Twitter at @the_real_reason. As usual, I'm going to give it about 20 minutes until people fill in here. And in that time, we'll go over some news and notes. I'm not just going to sit up here and rant like an idiot. And then after I'm done the evaluation portion, I will open it up to you guys to come on and give your thoughts about Jaelan Phillips. Man, I'm telling you, that NC State game, that Virginia Tech game, that Duke game especially, that man was a man possessed. Even in that Clemson game for a good portion of it, absolute man possessed. So, absolutely exciting stuff, man. Michael Pulisic, says, don't know if it's just Waddle's persona, but he shows no excitement in reuniting with Tua. He's all business. Well, Jalen Waddle did say that Tua Tagovailoa is a natural-born leader, and he had great things to say about Tua. He said, I believe what was the quote? He, I have it up on my Twitter. He basically says that. Here, let me look it up. He actually had a lot of good things to say about Tua. It's just, what all these rookies seem like? It seems like Flores got to them in terms of don't give them too much. Oh, Carl Tucker also spoke today. I forgot about that one. It's kind of felt like he was like, hush, 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 don't tell him too much. But Waddle called to a natural born leader. He also said he showcases and presents when talking of basically meaning that, the guy talks the talk and he walks the walk. He's not just another dude, you know what I mean? That claims to be a leader. Tua talks it and backs it up. So, and I know a lot of people were getting asked about Jalen Waddle. And the other thing is, look at Jalen Waddle is so humble. I mean, it was Safid Dean or one of those guys basically tried to say, hey, when did you know you were the fastest guy in the field? And Jalen Waddle came in and basically said, he basically gave the impression that he's never thought like that. You know what I mean? They even were specific, go back to Pop Warner, go back to wherever. Jalen Waddle kind of wanted none of that. Jalen Waddle, yeah. Innes is right. Dokes was the one who, basically had the most vanilla interview. Everything was about, he literally sounded like Flores. Everything was about learning, getting together with the teammates, the playbook. He was literally giving the same answer, just rewording it for every question he was asked. I would say Larnell Coleman probably opened up the most out of everyone for sure. Carl Tucker too opened up pretty well. Carl Tucker told a really cool story. Carl Tucker told a really cool story about how he was in practice, and his assignment was basically to square up Jalen Waddle, and he tried to get in front of Jalen Waddle just to square him up and defend him and to block him, and Jalen Waddle just coasted right by him. He couldn't even stay in front of him. Another cool thing about Jalen Waddle today is, we'll get into it. He is the first of the top 20 picks in the NFL draft to sign his contract. And that includes Jaelan Phillips. So pretty cool stuff, man. Jalen Waddle, he just seems like a get to work, go make it happen type of guy. And I love that about Jalen Waddle, man. And he was showcasing his speed a little bit today. We'll look at a video of that. He's just a humble dude, someone even asked him, why are you so humble? It was along the lines of, I'm paraphrasing, but why are you so humble? He's like, my upbringing, my family, my teammates throughout the years. He's just a humble dude, man. You saw Ja'Marr Chase when he got selected, got these glasses on, thinking he's prime time, coming out here, I'm going to break every record. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Jalen Waddle isn't that. Jalen Waddle just goes out and produces, man. And I love that pick even more and more now that I get to know the kid a little bit more. Hey, Jalen, if you're watching, I texted you, my friend. I'm still waiting on that text back, my guy. But, I saw Sam Monson Munson, however you want to pronounce that guy's name, from PFF today. Basically trying to spin the narrative that the Dolphins miscalculated by trading back, that we wanted Chase. And I said, first of all, because someone asked him, what does Chase do better than Jalen Waddle? He said everything except speed. And then Sam tried to paint this narrative that, he's out here, that he's a speed guy. He even implied a comparison to Henry Ruggs. And I'm just sitting here thinking, yo, that just shows me you haven't watched tape. First of all, I know you haven't, because when I did work for you guys sent me broadcast footage because y'all are too cheap to get the all 22, or you don't have the connection, so you send me broadcast footage. Second of all, you don't know what you're talking about. If that's your answer, you do not know what you're talking about, okay? Okay, I'll say what I said on Twitter. Jalen Waddle is a better route runner and more refined. Okay, Jalen Waddle stems and stacks his routes better. Jalen Waddle's more explosive with the ball in his hands. Jalen Waddle's a better yak receiver. Jalen Waddle understands angles at a higher level than Ja'Marr Chase. Listen, the only place, and it's not even by much, that Ja'Marr Chase beats Waddle is at the catch point. What, your catch radius is a little bit bigger? My guy Jalen Waddle can still go up there and win contested catches. And this whole theory about, they missed out on their guy. He even went as far as saying, I know they had Chase as their number one. No, you don't. Because he and Rappaport, after we drafted Jalen Waddle, came out and said that Jalen Waddle was the number 2 prospect on our big board behind only Trevor Lawrence. So, all these people, bro, you know what I mean? All these people that think that you don't know shit, all because you got PFF next to your name, man. I've already disproved PFF plenty of times. You want the big disimprovement? let's go outside the grades, which for some reason they won't show us the criteria of their grading system, let alone they don't do it on all 22. But let's keep going a bit further. You want to see? They don't even get their stats right. All right. They have only 4 drops charged to the receiving core of the Miami Dolphins in that Buffalo Bills game to end last year, where anyone with 2 set of eyes, even if you watched the broadcast footage, saw that there was 11 drops. So listen, that's what happens when PFF tries to get most of their staff on volunteer hours and not actually pay them money because they're too cheap. But when you're a volunteer, they expect you to put in 20 to 30 hours of your time breaking down film. No, thank you. I'll put 20 to 30 hours plus on for this channel, which actually reimburses me to an extent. Get out of here with that nonsense, man. PFF's a joke, bro. The only reason I bring it up is because I know people are interested in grades and stuff. That's the only reason I have a subscription to them. That's it. And their subscription is ridiculous, man. It's like over $200 for a full year. American. So once it converts for me, it's like $250, $260 Canadian. PFF half-assers, man. Half-assers. I'm going to lay it out. And the problem is, because we can't see their criteria for how they grade people, where does the line start or finish from objective to subjective? We have no way of knowing because we do not see their grading criteria. Dude, NFL players make fun of PFF. I believe it was Denzel Good, the lineman. And I bookmarked the tweet. He came out a couple months ago and he said, listen, none of us sit around and say, oh, I hope we're going to get a good PFF grade. Oh, how do I get this good PFF grade? He basically killed them and said, none of us care what you grade us as because we don't even take you seriously. And everyone thinks Chris Collinsworth owns them. No, it's some Arab dude. I'll be the first to tell you guys. I can actually find his name if I really want to. And for people that want to doubt me and the work I did for PFF, okay, Pro Football Focus. There you go, right there. Player participation guide that they sent me because I had to do some player participation stuff for them. So PFF, yeah, I'm good. Once I found out that they don't pay people and they want you to start off as a volunteer for 20 to 30 hours a week, are you crazy? So, yeah, that's where I'm at with PFF. PFF can go suck it as far as I'm concerned. The old DX. Let's get ready to suck it. All right. Now, guys, there is some news. Let's go over, though, before we get in, because I just went on a rant for like 10 minutes. PFF got me going off here. All right. Let's keep it going here. I do have some things I want to go over with you guys. So let's start it off. Let's start off with some non-Dolphin news because I know the crying can stop for the people that for some reason really like this guy. Bobby McCain is officially signing a 1-year deal per Drew Rosenhaus with the Washington football team. So it'll be interesting to see how he's used by Washington. Do they use him as a safety? Do they use him as a nickel? I actually haven't had a chance to hit up my dude, Matt Valdivinos, to find out where they were going to be using him. So Bobby McCain has found a home. So all of you that are in love with him, you can stop crying. He's good. He's going to get paid. He's still going to be a millionaire. It's okay. So there you go. Bobby McCain has found a home outside of Miami, and it's with the Washington football team. Him and Fitzpatrick can, Washington can have our sloppy seconds all they want. Good for them. All right. Continuing on. Jalen Waddle, like I said earlier, Jalen Waddle is now the first pick in the top 20 of the NFL draft this year that has gone ahead and signed his deal with the Miami Dolphins. As you see in front of you, yes, I know it says 4 years, but you guys have to remember that in the fourth year is when you activate the fifth-year option, right? So that's why it's going to say 4 years and not 5-year deal, because that option does not get activated for quite some time, right? So, everyone, that is where we're at with it. The Jalen Waddle is now a Miami Dolphin, and I absolutely love it, people. Look at that. The first guy, it's a 4-year, 27 million fully guaranteed deal, and his 6.75 million average annual value ranks him 33rd among active wide receivers in the NFL. Shout out to the homie Jalen Waddle. Easy process. He clearly wanted to get it done. We don't have any nonsense of a holdout or anything like that. And I'm sure Jaelan Phillips is right behind him, everyone. So I'm not worried in the slightest in regards to that. So shout out to Jalen Waddle. 27 million guaranteed to the young boy. Now go put in that work, kid. Go earn that money, young man. And I know he's going to, and I cannot wait for that to happen. I can't wait to see this kid on the field, everyone. I'm so hyped. It's unbelievable. All right. Now, continuing on, because it gets better, baby. What did I have for you guys last year for training camp? Remember, I had videos every day? Well, we're right back to it, baby. I got videos for you this year for rookie mini camp. We're going to do videos. We're going to go in. We're going to talk about them. There you go. Let's get that out of the way. Jalen Waddle has officially signed. If you didn't know, now you know. All right. So we're gonna go over some videos here, and then we are going to get in to an article from the homie Barry Jackson regarding minicamp. So let's get into some of these videos for y'all. I got what do I got? I got 3, I think. Yeah, I got 3. So let's start it off, baby. Here are the rookies walking out onto the mini camp field today. Jared Dokes is a big man. Pause. One more time. There you go. All the new class minus Jalen Waddle walking out right there. Gotta love it. Football season is amongst us, ladies and gentlemen, and I could not be happier right now. So stoked, so happy. Here is a video from afar of the homie Brian Flores fist bumping all the rookies as they stretch it out. Look at that, going through the fist bumps from Brian Flores. Gotta love him, man. Can you smell that, baby? Can you smell it? Football season is in the air and it's approaching. Football season is coming, not winter, if you were a Game of Thrones fan. Keeping it rolling, because that ain't the only video. Let's get in to the homie. Guys, Jalen Waddle, baby. Showing off a little ability today, showing off those feet, showing off some of that speed. Here's that man, Jalen Waddle, doing his thing today, stretching out, running some routes. Look at this. Look at the breaks. Ooh, ooh. Here we go, baby. That 17 look friggity fresh. Here's cutback. Oh, yes, sir. On that comeback route. Yes, sir. And then finally, the longest one of them all. Save the best for last because I'm like that. You know what I mean? Dessert comes last. It don't come first. There we go. Let's see it. I believe there's no audio. The fist bumps continue from Brian Flores, showing that love. Jaelan Phillips with a little handshake there. Gotta love it, baby. Jared Dokes rocking some drills. Reed Sinnett making an appearance. I got a feeling Jared Dokes is going to break this team. I don't know why. I just got a feeling. Hunter Long taking on the tackling machines. Here's Hunter Long running some routes, catching some footballs. There's the homie, Jalen Waddle. Again, watching, doing some breaks, in and out of his breaks. Boom. Those feet look good. That doesn't look like that ankle be bothering him much. Look at this. Whoop. Comeback route. Bam. Gotta love it, baby. There's that boy Javon Holland right there, stretching it out. Rookie camp has officially started, ladies and gentlemen. I am so hyped. It is almost here. It is almost time. Cannot wait. What you got, Javon? What you got, Javon? And there was some veterans there today. Some guys who were there last year. There you see Liam Eichenberg, the new brick to the wall. There's that boy Jaelan Phillips, loving that he's already rocking the visor too, baby. Loving it. Beautiful stuff. Shout out to Quint Riddle for becoming a member. Appreciate you, my guy. Haven't seen you in a minute. Hope all is well, dude. So yeah, it was just rookies there, but there were actually some vets there. Like I know Reed Sinnett was there. We'll get into it. I believe it's talked about in the article, and then just some still shots that were released by the Miami Dolphins today. Jared Dokes running the rock, licking his chops. Little race, either suicide drills or a race. For their sake, I'm hoping it's a race. Again, look at there's that boy Jaelan Phillips, got the visor on, eyeing down his next target. We'll get into him tonight. And there's that boy Jalen Waddle, man. Clutch that football, son. The $27 million man, baby. Love it. Love every minute of it. All right. Now, an article came out tonight from Barry Jackson. I swear people be watching the show because guess what? All of a sudden they're talking about in the Miami media. That interview that I played for all of y'all. Right? With Tua's trainer. All of a sudden that's a topic in the media. So I'll top into it. So it said quarterback Tua Tagovailoa didn't participate in the Miami Dolphins rookie camp on Friday. High draft picks in the second season typically don't. But he's on a mission this offseason to improve. That's according to Nick Hicks, his South Florida-based trainer. Appearing on the Miami on the Rocks, he got Rockets, but it's Rocks podcast. Look at everyone. I know y'all watching, baby. I know y'all watching because this interview happened in March, and I talk about it now. Everyone else is talking about it, man. Often imitated, never duplicated over here, baby. So it goes on. Pardon me for a sec. It says, Tua is an amazing person. I've never met anybody like him. He's an insanely hard worker. He's all gas, no breaks. I show up at his house super early. We put in work, little break. Then he leaves me at the field, and he works some more. And he goes home and watches film. He's on a mission. He's different. Hicks said that Tagovailoa has never really had a full year to actually train and get better. Look at what happened to him last year and a half, and he had pretty good rookie numbers. Peyton Manning's rookie year, terrible. Josh Allen's rookie year, terrible. Tagovailoa finished his season with 6-3 record in 9 starts with 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and an 87.1 passer rating and an average of 200.5 yards per game in his 9 starts. Allen, as a Buffalo rookie, had a 5-6 record in 11 starts, a 67.9 passer rating, 181.9 yards per passing per game, and 10 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. Manning with the Colts played full 16, was 3-13 with 26 touchdowns, 28 interceptions, a 71.2 passer rating, and 233.7 yards per passing per game in his starts. As specifically what he and Tagovailoa are doing, Hicks said, I'm not allowed to talk too much about it because we had a specific ideology of what this offseason is going to be. There was so much doubt. We're trying to keep things under wraps. But Hicks noted strength and confidence are areas among the keys for his success. That quote that sent y'all wild and up the wall. A healthy Tua is a confident Tua, and a confident Tua is a Super Bowl contender guaranteed, Hicks said. And that's our goal, to make him healthy. And we're doing a damn good job right now. Tagovailoa sustained a serious hip injury at Alabama in November 2019, but the Dolphins said he was healthy and available all last season. He did not end the season with any injury that was disclosed by the team. Dolphins receiver Jalen Waddle, who played with Tagovailoa at Alabama, said he has been in touch with the second-year quarterback for input as Waddle learns a playbook. I call him, and he gives me advice. Helps me out, Waddle said. Waddle's assessment of Tagovailoa, natural-born leader, confident, knows what to do, very smart. And then here's some tidbits. Fullback Carl Tucker, who played with Waddle at Alabama last season, was asked the moment that gave him appreciation for how special a player Waddle could be. He said, first practice at Bama, I had to be the lead blocker, and he zoomed past me, and I was trying to stay in front of him, and he coasted right past me, Tucker said. Waddle said he hasn't wondered how his elite speed will translate to the NFL and whether he'll be able to consistently run past defenders. His focus now, he said, is being in the right position, not making the same mistake twice. Among the factors that should help third-round tight end Hunter Long, he played in two very different offenses in Boston College. Today, he said, the first offense I was in was run heavy when we ran 70 times a game. Last year was pro style, past 70 times a game. I got to learn from both systems. That helped my game at both aspects at the position. Long said he plans to study tape of the 2020 Dolphins games to learn how the team uses tight ends. George Godsey, who coached tight ends last season, is a new co-offensive coordinator and potential play caller. He said, I've seen the Dolphins a little bit in Patriot country, obviously Boston College. Long said, I'm going to take in as much film as possible. He hasn't yet spoken with veterans Mike Gesicki, Durham Smythe, and Adam Shaheen. The Dolphins also signed former Bengals tight end Ethan Carter this offseason. Dolphins coach Brian Flores' message to the rookies this weekend. According to 7th-round offensive tackle Larnell Coleman, he told us, this is a real learning weekend. Make sure you're in your playbook and make sure you come out of this weekend healthy and in better terms of knowing the playbook. The Dolphins rookies did on-field work on Friday, but it was closed to the public and media. The camp includes 7 rookie draft picks, 5 undrafted rookie signings. Tucker, Jalen Askew, Jerome Johnson, Robert Jones, and Jabri Blount, and several players on tryouts. Linebacker Joey Alaferri from Stanford, linebacker John Lacko from Akron, center Nate Truin, which I showed a couple days ago, from Wisconsin Whitewater, wide receiver Aliva Hilo from BYU, and former Miami Hurricanes defensive end Chigozie Naruka. Several young veterans were also participating in the rookie minicamp, including young cornerbacks Tino Ellis and Jarvis Davis from the practice squad, linebacker Kylan Johnson, defensive end Nick Coe, safety Brian Cole, guard Durval Querez Neto, who's that international player, offensive tackle Jonathan Hubbard, long snapper Rex Senahara, and quarterback Reed Sinnott, and plus former UTEP quarterback Kay Loxley, who's now a wide receiver. So you see there, it wasn't just the rookies involved today. So there you go. There is your rookie camp update with video and footage. But yeah, we've reached the 30-minute mark, baby. You know what that means? We are going to get in to Jaelan Phillips, people. It is time to get in to Jaelan Phillips. Because we got to break this down, guys, and we're going to be doing all of these prospects, not just the 2. We're gonna do at least 5. We're gonna do at least the first 5 picks, and we'll see where it go from there. Because I want to get into training camp stuff. By the time, if I'm doing these weekly, it will be training camp by the time we get there, right? So we are going to get all right, so let's hop into that right now. Let's get into Jaelan Phillips. Let's get into the prospect preview. It's about 10 minutes worth of film, and I've got about 1,900 words to get through in those 10 minutes. So let's see if I can do it. All right, Jaelan Phillips. What a monster, might I add first, okay? Like, I tell y'all, this guy is some of the funnest film in this class. No doubt about it for me. All right, Jaelan Phillips. Let's do this, baby. So as it says on the screen, a potentially prolific edge player that is Jaelan Phillips, right? All right. So Phillips would have been my edge 1 instead of edge 2 on my big board if not for the concussions and moped injuries that ultimately led to him medically retiring at UCLA. Also, I had no idea about Azeez Ojulari's medical red flags at the Indy Combine check, and had I known that too, would have catapulted Phillips to the top spot on my edge big board. Jaelan Phillips is a stupidly freakish and good athlete for his size, such good explosiveness and quickness in his first step and in condensed areas. He moves laterally with ease and has good size and length to his overall frame. Plays at a strong pad level, great understanding of the leverage game, and is constantly pushing back the pocket or fully penetrating it. Gets through contact with ease with great pop in his hands when he initiates. Can put his hand in the dirt or stand up while setting the edge well. Phillips is so good at reading recognition, diagnosing run plays so well, while possessing great closing speed, allowing him to be a monster against the run at times. When he has to rush inside, he just manhandles guards as he's just too speedy and powerful for them to handle, using his ability to convert speed to power to its fullest potential. He's a sack and tackle for loss machine, as he led the ACC last year in both of those categories. Has a great repertoire of moves, a very effective bull rush, swim move, and again, like a few others in this class I've mentioned, always has a backup plan or counter to his initial move not getting the job done. Just a really smart player with a high level of awareness. Has a really good motor, and with the speed to match, he's always sniffing out the ball and always around it seems. The prospect of lining up Phillips at edge and Emmanuel Ogbah as the interior end on this defense next to him must have Flores, Boyer, and company absolutely salivating at the thought and licking their chops. It really becomes a pick your poison for the offensive line, but either way, in the end, you'll be drinking poison. The pressure rate these two will cause lined up side by side may be quite large. Who do you combo block? If you bring in a tight end to help the tackle on Phillips, that leaves Ogbah in a one-on-one situation with the guard, which isn't ideal for any offense. If you pull the center to help the guard to take on Ogbah, Phillips is one-on-one with the tackle and will have too much bend around the arc, speed to come across the tackle's face, and a good counter move repertoire for most tackles to handle if they can take on the initial move from Phillips. It's really not far-fetched to think either Ogbah or Phillips could be in double-digit sacks while the other is close to it or reaches double-digit sacks himself, allowing both to hit double-digit sacks at the same time. They'll also rack up a good amount of tackles for losses and run stops. I think the combination of them together side by side may be one of the funnest to watch this season if they do in fact line up side by side. Phillips' ability will also impact pass coverage. By the Miami Dolphins finally adding a legit every down threat to use off of the edge, this can only improve the season outlook for Byron Jones and Xavier Howard, along with the other corners on defense. I know I spoke about Phillips and Ogbah's impact side by side, but add in Raekwon Davis, Christian Wilkins, and Andrew Van Ginkel, and the front is not only formidable, but it seems complete to me. Time will be of the essence for quarterbacks, as unless offensive lines are running 12-man personnel constantly with those two tight end additions helping in the blocking, mismatches will be found all over the place, I think. Meaning there will be no holding on to the ball for 3+ seconds and having all the time in the world to wait for a receiver to separate to make a play. This is going to force quarterbacks to make their reads quicker and get rid of the ball even at times when the coverage is tight or the window is far more narrow than the quarterback prefers. And with Byron showing some playmaking ability last year by recording the most INTs in the season he's ever had, and Xavier Howard being the best baiter since Deion Sanders, this could very well help Byron replicate his turnovers last year and dare I say help X get to or near double-digit takeaways again, the Jaelan Phillips selection truly does have a ripple effect on this defense that will be felt all the way back into the secondary. As like I said, this defensive front finally feels like it's complete with his addition. Another factor that can't be overlooked in selecting Jaelan Phillips is his ability to make mobile, athletic quarterbacks think twice about moving outside of the pocket or relying on their legs too much. In a season where the Dolphins will play Josh Allen twice, Lamar Jackson, Zach Wilson twice, um, you know, whose biggest strength is to make plays outside the pocket, and Trevor Lawrence, who can do the same, Jaelan Phillips is an invaluable asset. I mean, no one knows this better than Trevor Lawrence himself, as Jaelan Phillips gave him absolute fits when Clemson played this past season. If you saw that game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Andrew Van Ginkel is athletic enough to hold down his side, but the pursuit speed, change of direction ability, play diagnosing ability, and understanding of pursuit angles that Jaelan Phillips has are elite and will allow him to make plays. Against the Bills alone, this may change the dynamic as Josh Allen has continuously killed us with his athleticism, but now having an impact player like Jaelan Phillips on the prowl and in the mix can help us limit Josh Allen's ability there, keep him in the pocket much more. The Dolphins in recent years have been killed by quarterbacks with strong improvisational skills, and hopefully the addition of Jaelan Phillips can nullify that. Phillips' own defensive lineman coach at the University of Miami, Todd Strode, said that in his 36 years of coaching, he had never seen someone put better effort on tape than what he saw from Jaelan Phillips this year. And this is huge considering this is the same coach that grew Mario Williams and 8 other first-round players besides the 2 during his career. What's even crazier is he did that in a COVID season with no proper offseason training program from the University of Miami and no spring football. He put up 8 sacks, 21 solo tackles, 24 tackle assists for a total of 45 tackles, with 15 and a half of those tackles for a loss and 1 interception. Just imagine if he would have had a normal offseason heading into last season. Who knows what he would have done, but double-digit sacks isn't unfathomable. And if that happened, even with this passive injuries, more than likely, no way he slips out of the top 10 or all the way down to 18 for the Miami Dolphins to select. The versatility can't be overlooked either. The Dolphins clearly intend to stand him up off the edge, but Jaelan Phillips would have no problem putting his hand in the dirt as he did it often at the University of Miami. And his game speed and power combination would be a lot for an interior offensive lineman to handle or try to square up on. Phillips gives positional flexibility that Flores and his defensive staff and coaching staffs covet. And like you hear me talk about Van Ginkel being a playmaker, Phillips is a cut from the same cloth. Even being decent in coverage and using his high-level awareness and great body length to bat down balls and fill passing lanes. He really is so polished and a damn near complete edge that it's scary to think that he can develop even further at the next level as long as he stays healthy. The question a lot of Dolphin fans have is, who can you compare Jaelan Phillips to? Well, I think when it's all said and done, Jaelan Phillips will be Jaelan Phillips, but there's some comparisons that can be made when you look at his athletic profile or his production. First, let's start with his athletic profile by comparing him to Nick and Joey Bosa. Phillips is a quarter of an inch taller than Joey, but half an inch shorter than Nick. Jaelan had a much faster 40 than both as he ran a 4.58 while Joey ran a 4.77 and Nick ran a 4.79. Phillips has a 4.13 short shuttle, while Joey Bosa posted a 4.21 short shuttle, and Nick had a 4.14. So Jaelan is quicker there. Phillips' 3-cone is better than Nick's, but not Joey's. His vertical is 4 inches higher than Joey's and 2.5 inches higher than Nick's. His broad jump is 4 inches farther than Joey's and 9 inches longer than Nick's. He also averaged more tackles for a loss per game than both, and averaged more sacks per game than Nick Bosa, while Joey only averaged 0.1 sacks per game more than Jaelan Phillips. That's some elite company Jaelan Phillips keeps. Diving even further into the numbers, when you look at every edge player since 2000 that averaged 1.5 tackles for loss per game and ran a 4.65 40 time or better, Jaelan Phillips finds himself in the presence of names like Bradley Chubb, Jadeveon Clowney, Josh Allen, Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware, Myles Garrett, and Khalil Mack. What's even crazier and should give fans more optimism with this pick is when you take Jaelan Phillips' size, athleticism shown by his 40 times short shuttle 3-cone vertical jump, broad jump, and you add in his collegiate production at the University of Miami, the comparisons come out to be a lot of names already mentioned, plus some. Vic Beasley, Anthony Barr, Von Miller, Khalil Mack, Max Crosby, Derek Barnett, DeMarcus Ware, Chase Winovich, Jerry Hughes, Justin Houston, and of course, Joey Bosa. So those are some big, big names he finds himself in company with. All that said, obviously his health is a red flag, and the only reason he dropped out of the top 10. The concussions are no joke, and something that clearly made teams feel uncomfortable with, that were led them to not investing highly in him in this past draft, i.e. a top 10 draft pick. I'm not worried about it, though. He made it through this past season with zero issues, and the coaching staff at the University of Miami doesn't think it'll be an issue at the next level, as highlighted by Todd Stroud. Either way you slice it, Jaelan Phillips looks to not only be productive at the next level, but potentially very, very special. And it's clearly obvious why Brian Flores and his coaching staff were so excited to land the stud of a player. We may not have only found our edge rusher of now and the future, but we may have landed a guy who's going to be prolific at this position. All in all, the talent and potential to be a game changer that Jaelan Phillips has was far too good to pass up at 18, and we may look back on this draft and view him as the biggest steal of it. There's no doubt in my mind that he will be just that as long as he stays healthy. So, there is my little in-depth evaluation and prospect preview of Jaelan Phillips. Guys, you go watch him against North Carolina State. You go watch him against Virginia Tech, like you saw, against Duke, against Clemson. He was all over the field. He was he was just next level on that field. And here's the thing. Every football player has concussions. Every football player deals with some kind of, head trauma to some extent at some point in their career. The good thing is that a guy like Jaelan Phillips is going to be watched closely. Games will not be played with that head. He will be taken care of. I truly think he's past it. A lot of it does stem from that moped accident. That's where he gained his first big concussion. He broke his wrist. The moped accident is what led him to medically retire at UCLA, not in-game injuries. People need to remember that. Okay? So, and it has nothing to do with his love of the game. That was just how it went. If you looked at those while I was talking and you were watching those highlights, those all 22 highlights, because it's all 22 or nothing over here, Jaelan Phillips is a game changer, my friends. Jaelan Phillips is an absolute game changer. And I truly believe he is going to stay healthy. And I truly believe Jaelan Phillips is going to be the edge rusher we've been waiting since Cam Wake left, since Jason Taylor left. I think he's going to be on that level. I really did. I think this guy is going to be a game changer. So, people need to realize that as long as this guy stays healthy, this defense is going to be next level with that man. You're going to have Andrew Van Ginkel lined up on the other side of him. That interior, Ogba, Raekwon Davis, and Christian Wilkins should get everyone excited about what they're going to be able to do. And, like I said, if you line them up next to Ogba, it's not unfathomable that one of them gets double-digit sacks while the other one comes close to it, or they both get double-digit sacks. So, I can't wait. Jalen Waddle, Jalen Phillips, when you watch him on tape, you talk about players that pop off the screen at you. Jalen Waddle does that. Jalen Phillips does that. Javon Holland does that. So I love the addition of Jaelan Phillips, man. I know a lot of people were reckless, and I kept saying if he falls at 36, because there was talk about it, I would snatch him in a heartbeat, run that card up there. Well, we took him at 18, and I'm fine with that. This kid is special, and this kid is going to be special. Trust me on that one. Absolutely loved watching him a second time over. Great player, and I think he's going to be great at the next level, guys. I really do. I think, I think we got something special here, and I would not be surprised if he stays healthy that we come out with the steal of the draft. Because this guy, if he's healthy, he's a top 10 pick. Okay? Dropping the link for y'all to come on. We can talk about some Jaelan Phillips. We can talk about rookie minicamp. If he stays healthy, or let's say this, if he never has that moped accident, guys, he's not making it out of the top 10 pick. And, Scotty's right. He looked like a pro in college. The guy looked like an NFL player on the field going up against, you saw, look at the Virginia Tech, how you just use that swim move onto the inside and just rip through the guards. The guy's an absolute monster. Like, I'm telling you, this kid is next level. This kid is no joke. And I cannot wait to see what he does at the next level, man. I think Jaelan Phillips is going to be special. Martin, what's going on?
What's going on, Reason?
Not too much. How you doing, buddy?
Hanging, man. Hanging in there.
Do you happen to catch some of that?
I got late. I came on late again, man.
Bro,
something came up, man.
I'm telling you, man, this kid is like ridiculous, man. He is so special. Danimus, RJ, Z-Man, how's everyone doing tonight?
Doing great, man. How are you?
Not too bad. How are you doing?
Awesome. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I watched Jaelan Phillips all last season. I'm so excited that we got him. That was a steal for us.
You know what? That new J. Cole dropped yesterday, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm listening to the new J. Cole, and I'm clipping up all these. I'm like 3 a.m. I'm clipping this stuff up, and I tweeted. I said, nothing better than clipping up, watching Jaelan Phillips and listening to the new J. Cole. And someone said, watch the NC State and the Virginia Tech game. Well, no, I've already watched them, but watch the Duke game, bro. Are you kidding me, bro? Like, Duke had no air. Bro, I could have made a 10-minute highlight clip out of him against Duke. Like, they need to rename that school. They need to either call Jaelan Phillips the Duke, or they need to rename that school after Jaelan Phillips after that performance he had, man.
He was unblockable, against Duke.
He was ridiculous, man.
They just got to put the Duke Blue Devil head on a baby, because that's his son.
Man, I just, it's rare, obviously you get defensive players in every class that they're fun to watch. But it's rare when you have a guy like that who's funner than most of the offensive guys I watched.
Right.
The kid's just so special, man. And I got, you listen to the interview, you see the interview with Todd Stroud, his defensive line coach. They truly believe he's going to be healthy at the next level, that he's past that. A lot of that stuff came from the moped accident. People forget that. People think he's getting killed on the field, right?
Yeah, exactly, man. The non-football injuries are not the same as football injuries.
Yeah, man.
It's all about positioning at the end of the day. You're not going to put himself in that type of position like that anymore to really cause himself to get a concussion.
Well, if you watch him, he doesn't lead with his head and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Not at all.
That's why I'm so confused how he got the first one. Well, the second one in general. The way he plays. It's so instinctual.
Yeah. 1 second.
Yeah, and that Virginia Tech game, man. Bro, he was out here owning people, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's important to remember, he didn't retire himself. There was no love of the game issues. It was UCLA forced him to retire because they have a rule about concussions. So it wasn't him himself.
That's right.
Yep. I just got to show this one more time because I know it's the first time, Martin came in a little late, man. But, I mean, you watch that Virginia Tech game, and this one play, this is one of my favorite plays out of that little video that I made there. I mean, you watch the ease that this guy gets into the backfield here with. Look at the swim move right here. Just whoop right into the backfield, bro.
Yeah.
And it's over.
Yeah.
And what's Hooker supposed to do, bro? What's
Nothing.
your quarterback
as a quarterback, unless you're like Lamar Jackson, you can't get out of that.
Look at that swim move, baby. Perfect.
Yeah,
And look at Darisaw standing over the body like, okay, I'll help you up.
Let me help you, man. Let me help you up, man.
Oh, my God.
Man.
Classic stuff, bro.
I'm with you. Jaelan Phillips has that rare quality to like every single football player for every single position has to master 3 aspects of yourself for whatever position you play. That's your eyes, your hands, and your feet, right? So Jaelan Phillips has mastered, in my opinion, his eyes and his hands. Like nobody is gonna block Jaelan Phillips playing the hand game. He's gonna win that probably 8 to 9 times out of 10. And then he's always has his eyes set on where that ball is, whether it be pass rush or playing the run. This guy just attacks it, man. Like he has elite ability when it comes to using his eyes and his hands. As far as his feet is concerned, he's not as fluid, as say like a Von Miller or something like that. Like when you see Von Miller on the field, that's not even like a defensive end, bro. That's a safety, rushing the passer pretty much. But Jaelan Phillips, his feet, what he lacks in that type of elusiveness, he more than makes up for in just instincts, just football ability from the neck up. Like everyone's saying, man, this guy is pretty much a steal. And obviously, initially when we drafted him, my mind was already set on Tevin Jenkins just because I was a Tevin Jenkins, fanatic. But when I look back on the Jaelan Phillips pick, I'm like, yeah, that is a steal. That is a steal at 18.
Well, and they had the chance to get Tevin at 36, right?
Right. But maybe Tevin was like 1C, compared to Javonte and Javon Holland, so it is what it is, man. I still really like the Jaelan Phillips pick, man. That was the more I watch the film on him, the more I'm like, yeah, we got one.
Our defense is complete now because of that, right?
Man.
I don't speak for itself.
I think we needed like another linebacker with McKinney. That's the only thing. I like Jerome Baker, but
yeah, he's not an interior guy. Yeah, he's not an interior guy.
If you got to be put in position to make plays, I want my linebackers to put themselves in positions.
I agree with that.
Play.
Yeah, I agree with that 110%.
But our D line is so stacked, man.
Depth, man. There's depth on that line is the big thing.
It finally
going to be tired.
Finished.
I think that's why they've been highlighting Miami as one of these sleeper teams, because we don't just have a bunch of star players on our roster. We just have massive depth, and the defensive line. We kept mentioning Raekwon Davis, his jump. We're mentioning Jaelan Phillips. We got Emmanuel Ogbah, but Zach Seiler, bro. I expect Zach Seiler to have one of those, off the bench.
This is my favorite one.
Look at that effort.
Yeah, this is my favorite. I envision Josh Allen when I watch this.
Look at the effort.
Even get out the pocket.
And they credited Bubba Bolden with the fumble. I was like, how?
That's so disrespectful.
Right.
Look at
Watch him.
Boom.
It was a team strip.
Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see how you do in London there, Trevor, against this guy.
You're gonna have flashbacks.
I remember that play and the play against FSU early in the year when he ran down like a 3rd and long, and the running back got the ball, and he was like, it looked like he was about to get the first down, but Jalen Phillips did a haul ass, from the backfield all the way to the running back. I was like, man, the dude's motor.
Yeah, he fished the regime.
Right. He fished him down, bro. Like his motor is really what I'm really excited about, because trust me, he's gonna get those second chance sacks all the time. We got great coverage.
Like you look at a play like this one I want to show here. Like, look at how quickly he can, change direction with his hips. But look at how he doesn't fall for the okie doke. You know what I mean? Here, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. This one right here against Duke. They tried some trickery, and Jaelan Phillips he is not having a second of it.
Fundamentals.
They're both. Look at that. It doesn't even seem like change directions, bro.
Right. That's not only fundamentals. That's just pure football skill. Right. Just look at that.
Yeah. Where are you going, bro?
Yeah, man.
And he does a little dance. Love it, bro.
The huddle. That's where he's going. He's going to the huddle.
Oh my god.
This dude's a beast, man.
He is legit. A rare gem.
And he will be used. He will be used with Brian Flores. I don't know how Flores is gonna line him up, whether he's gonna stand him up or put his hand in the ground.
Both.
They've listed him as a linebacker, so that should give you.
Yeah, and to be honest, don't have that many stand-up guys. A lot of our D linemen are pure kind of three limbs on the ground type of people, and we need some guys on the outside like Van Ginkel who can stand up and just get there. Yep.
True.
Yeah, like they use Ogba. They use Ogba as a 3 tech. They don't stand him up really, right?
Right. He normally has his hand in the ground. Right.
Yeah.
And this allows Ogba to go back to his natural position too.
I think they're gonna mix it up with him, man.
It's so crazy how good we did in the draft on defense, man. Got the best edge and the best safety, man.
I am lining Ogba up next to him every day of the week, bro.
Wow.
And I am saying to your side, pick your poison. Like I said in my evaluation, you want to bring a center over to pull a center to help the guard? Let's see how it rolls.
Yep.
All right.
And that makes sense too.
You want to bring in a tight end? You want to bring in a tight end to help your tackle, and you're going to give me Ogba one-on-one with your guard? Okay, let's see how that goes.
Right.
And if they're not careful, AVG might get off and get. He might get them secret sacks. Yeah.
Because they're not even going to be paying attention. They're going to be worried about that side, bro.
Exactly.
I just
think still got to worry about Raekwon and Christian.
In our base, okay, of our front 7, the front 4 of our 7. Think of it. Think of this for a minute. Phillips, Ogba, Raekwon Davis, the front 5, I should say. Raekwon Davis,
Christian Wilkins,
and Andrew Van Ginkel.
You got Baker and Benardrick in the back.
Yeah.
That's real pressure.
And I feel like that slot next to that spot that Will Jack position right next to Benardrick McKinney, they're gonna rotate it. With the Landon Roberts, Jerome. You're gonna see Jerome Baker there. And Beagle. I know they had they had big plans for Beagle last year before he got hurt.
True.
So they're gonna rotate that. Who gives us you put a Landon Roberts back there and McKinney and you run against us with that front 5 and those 2 guys, what are you gonna do, bro?
Nothing.
And this
Not to
might be a
mention,
good thing for
all
Baker.
the guys on our defense have a nose for the football, it seems. Van Ginkel, Xavier,
That's right.
Phillips now. All of them have a nose for the football. And getting after the football.
Holland.
Javon. Turnover machine, man.
They all know.
They flip right into what Flores tried to do.
Phillips feels like a really good scheme fit also. Like the way Flo likes to hide coverages or like blitzes. Like Phillips is a guy that can back up no problem. And he just knows how to get in passing lanes. And he's huge and can jump. Like I think he's going to disrupt a lot of things dropping back as much as blitzing.
I honestly don't know what we're going to do, man. Like as far, not us, but what other teams are going to do against our defense. You can't run the ball really, with Benardrick McKinney Baker. We'll see what Baker does with when he's side by side with McKinney, but it's going to be difficult to run the ball on us, and we got arguably the best tandem at corner. With X and
best secondary,
Byron. I mean, I look. Pick your poison, bro. Like I don't know, man. This defense might be like special.
Not to mention, you see the quality in this defense when obviously Baker's not this all-pro guy, but if you're talking about Baker's probably the weakest link of the defense right now,
that's a good thing.
Like that's a good sign.
Yeah.
That's like the worst thing right now.
Baker's not that bad.
Think of this.
Well, Baker's average at minimum to me.
Yeah, he's average
when I watch him.
Right? Like if you look at a lot of Baker's numbers came manufactured last year, sacks, and when you look at a lot of his tackles, they came well beyond the line of scrimmage, not behind the line of scrimmage. Right. So he can't play through traffic well at all. Right? He has real problems shedding and disengaging off blocks.
Yep,
and
which is all true, but
that's an issue for him. So the thing I will say about Baker though is, look at the speed we have in that front seven.
Yeah, man.
They just move flying around the field.
And he likes finding Brandon Jones plays on that defense. You could take the Will out. And
Brandon Jones is going to line up in the box a lot. He's just going to add to that front seven.
I forgot about Brandon, man.
Yeah. He's a
lot of players on the team.
I know, man.
Depth, man.
We're deep. Hey, what's up,
We're
fellas?
deep.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Yeah,
what's going on? I'm telling you,
we're building.
Go ahead, Cash.
Yeah. It's like we're building the kind of team. It's like kind of fleshing out to something like the Bucks. You know how it's just a ready-made team, and all we just need is that quarterback to come in and just take us over. I think we're building that kind of thing. So, I know this might be kind of off topic, but Balls is in Tua's court. Because we got him the receivers. We're addressing the line. We ain't really do much with the running back, but running back by
Jared Dokes, baby.
We got the burners on the edge. We got our jump ball receivers, so it should take some pressure off of the running game. So I can see the gamble. I ain't gonna lie. I'm coming around to Phillips at 18. I wanted Najee.
Come on, man.
It is what it is. Can I be real? I know. But I'm definitely around, to Phillips and what he's gonna do. But I just like what we got, man. We are deep. We are deep.
Yep. Our defense has one of the best depth in the NFL. Like at every position, we have good depth.
That's true.
I think interior linebacker is probably a worse position in terms of depth, but other than that, but
good depth, not just bodies. We got really good depth, not just bodies, and just
quality.
Yes,
and that's what and that's what you need to win in the NFL, bro, and especially in the NBA. It's all about having depth at each position and deep rotation. So it translates. That translates to the same thing in the NFL, bro.
Yeah,
and depth at every position, man.
As far as that NBA correlation, the best teams always have the best benches.
Yep.
And people think it's all about superstars, but when you really look at those like championship teams, like the Spurs, like the classic Spurs with Ginobili and Tony Parker and all those guys, if y'all look at their benches, man, you like, golly, those are putting up more points than the starters sometimes, bro. So,
so the Lakers last year.
They always had that.
Depth is important.
They always had that deeper. Go ahead, bro. Sorry, my bad.
Mm-hmm. No, you good.
Reason
go ahead, Todd.
When you were saying all those names about the numbers in comparison, Javion Clowney is the only one that can play the run like Phillips out of all those names. He can pass rush and play the run just as well. And
I don't know. Von Miller's decent against the run, bro.
Yeah, he's decent, but he didn't come out of college like that. You know what I mean? In college, he was more of a rusher.
I think the scary thing for me was when you compare his athletic profile to the Bosa's.
And he's a better run.
Both of them.
Both of them by
imagine.
He literally comes off as the third Bosa brother when you actually compare him.
Okay,
I know some of the comparison to T.J. Watt and J.J. Watt as well.
But when you break down, his athletic profile,
his production and his size, they're not comparables.
Yeah, that's the thing with comparison.
We're
Is like
different.
their size has to match, not just their play style. Because to me, when I watch Waddle, it's like he has the ability to turn slants into touchdowns like Odell Beckham, but their size doesn't really match up. So that's why he's not a valid comp.
And do you mind if I kind of join your comment with the comment before saying it's in Tua's court, like the ball's in Tua's court? I was watching Jalen Waddle's interview a little bit earlier, and one of the guys mentioned, they're like, "Hey, Jalen, what do you think about joining it back together with Tua?" And Jalen's response was the exact same response he had when he got drafted. He's not here in Jalen's mind. I don't think he's here to say he's going to make Tua better. I think Jalen is taking the approach of I'm just here because I want to be good. I want to be a pro and all. He's really avoiding that link between him and Tua.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I think the rookies having Flores. The rookies having Flores for sure.
Yeah,
right.
Right. Like I think Brian Flores already made this a point. Do not hype up Tua. Like keep it as bland as possible and and enigmatic. Well,
because that's what he did. He kept it about himself. He wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't out here trying to.
And he was humble too. It wasn't all about himself in a very braggadocious way.
Yeah.
It was very humble at the same time.
No, and they treated him they treated Tua like a veteran, because if you saw Jalen Waddle's interview, his interview, he was he was telling the media, that he would basically ask Tua for advice, if he needed he asked for Tua's assistance when it came to understanding and breaking down the playbook. So I like that they're treating Tua with some with like a veteran, like a leader. You know what I'm saying? I'm very impressed by that. Yeah,
this is going to be very professional. This is going to be very professional.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I don't think Flores is going to have it any other way anyway. I mean, I think everybody ought to know what kind of ship Flores is running over there. Anyway, so, I'm pretty sure he's definitely going to come in. And you already know, the rookie's going to want to come in and make a mark, so they're going to try to soak it all up and, ball out, and God willing, they do.
Yeah, and and don't forget where he comes from. Alabama under Saban. He had the same thing under Saban. You just go in there, have the bland media session, and that's it.
Gotcha. Good point.
No, and I liked for you. I liked another part of his interview when he was talking to the media, that he was especially like a lot of these speedsters, like a lot of these fast wide receivers, they emphasize more of their game on just their speed. And whether they were running go routes or wheel routes or whatever, he really emphasized that was not just his speed, he really got to showcase his ability to route run and show his ability as a refined route runner.
I would argue he's the second best route
runner.
Well,
he was asked that. He was asked that, right? He was asked that. How do you feel you were basically at Alabama this past year? How you were given the ability to showcase your ability as a route runner, and then he talked about that. So they kind of set him up for that answer.
Yeah, but I think his answer was very impressive for for a rookie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those type of players with those profiles are those players with those type of profiles don't really are not necessarily good route runners. So I like that. That's a positive thing to see.
Yeah, and I think Reason didn't you put up something with his route tree?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was green everywhere.
It's desperate, right? So going back to Jaelan Phillips a little bit here, let me bring up some charts. Okay, so this chart that I'm showing you right here. This is, size, athleticism, and production comps for Jaelan Phillips. Right? This is, remember I said this in my evaluation. Now I'm showing you the charts so you guys can see it right in front of your eyes. Look at the names that he finds himself in company of here. Vic Beasley, Harold Landry, Vinny Curry, Anthony Barr, Von Miller, Khalil Mack, Max Barrett, Derek Barnett, DeMarcus Ware, Jerry Hughes, Chase Winovich, Joey Bosa, Justin Houston.
Yeah, man.
Give me DeMarcus Ware. give me DeMarcus Ware.
Buddy, give me Joey Bosa. Give me Khalil Mack, bro.
Khalil Mack,
Khalil Mack.
But Mason Crosby.
Give me both.
Give me most of those guys.
And Vic Beasley.
You know, I watched him a lot in Miami last year because I'm a Canes fan. The biggest downfall he had was he gets too hyped sometimes. He was kicked out of 2 games for a hit.
That's true.
And that's the biggest issue is he gets too pumped up. And
I love that.
love that.
But if you notice when he was against Clemson, the minute he got kicked out that game, it went downhill with the pass rush.
True.
You noticed he was gone.
Yeah, bro. He had Trevor Lawrence like a deer in headlights, bro. He had him scared, bro. He had him terrorized, bro. Jaelan Phillips was in his nightmares, bro.
Here's
Crazy.
I talked about this again in the evaluation. Here is a list of every edge player since 2000 who's averaged at least 1.5 tackles for a loss a game and ran a 4.65 40-yard dash or better. Look at the names on this list. There's your Bradley Chubb added. Jadeveon Clowney's now on this list. Josh Allen, Von Miller, Marcus Davenport, Khalil Mack again, Von Miller, like DeMarcus Ware, Myles Garrett, Jerry Hughes.
Yes, sir.
He's in good company. Yeah, he's in good company, man.
And then let's hit y'all with the real one so y'all can see. I'm just showing that, Reason was not bullshit. None of y'all when I was throwing all those numbers out. Now, when you compare him to the Bosas, this is where it gets like eye-popping. Look at, I'll let y'all read that. I'll give you a couple of seconds to read that. Tell me he ain't the third Bosa brother.
Pretty much. Doppelganger.
And when you average out the 8 sacks over 10 games compared to the 13.5 over 15 and the 8.5 over 14, he averaged more sacks per game than Nick Bosa, and Joey Bosa only averaged 0.1 more sacks a game than him at the collegiate level in his junior year.
And that was less games too, right?
Well, you're averaging over here. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. No, I'm saying with Jaelan Phillips that because of the
that's why the averaging.
Yeah.
The averaging.
Dude, that 40-yard dash is just like unreal.
Ridiculous.
Yes.
I think we got the defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Hey,
if he's half a body,
Hey, but what impressed me,
he beats them in the 40-yard dash, the 10-yard split. He beats them both in the short shuttle. Like only Joey Bosa had a better 3-cone, and he blows him out of the water in the vert. He blows him out of the water in the broad jump.
And 3-cone's not something I'm worried about. Like when you watch the film, you see his feet. It's not something I'm too worried about.
And the vert and the broad show he's got more explosiveness in his lower half than they do.
Yeah.
It's true.
No, and he's so I didn't even know this myself, and it was his versatility, not just his versatility as an outside linebacker, like he was in at UCLA as a defensive end at Miami. It was I didn't even know he was used as a defensive tackle, bro. What was he used as a 3-tech in a 4-3? Yeah, bro.
Where are we talking about?
I saw him
in Miami.
Jaelan Phillips. Yeah, in Miami.
They had him. He had his hands in the dirt and he stood up, man. That's what I said in my evaluation.
That's impressive, bro.
I showed multiple examples of him on the interior coming in and beating out guys on the interior too.
That's what I'm saying. Flores is gonna put him he's gonna have his hand in the dirt. He ain't gonna just stand up. I guarantee.
Oh, he's gonna be everywhere. You remember last year we had guys lining up every which way before the snap, even changing it up. So I expect him everywhere, to be honest.
For edge players, he's in the 88th percentile for height. He's in the 92 percentile for his 20-yard shuttle. He's in the 91 percentile for broad jump, 81 percentile for vert, 94th percentile for 40-yard dash, 83 percentile for the 20-yard split, 87 percentile for the 10-yard split. Like, the guy is an absolute monster, man.
Right.
Good luck, NFL.
Like he legit looks like one of the Monstars, like for real, bro.
Bro, he's a freak. He's a legit freak.
I cannot wait for him. I can't wait for him to get Allen to run up the middle and him come behind with Bernard McKinney right in front of him.
Bro.
Oh, he's gonna get.
I hope he pops him in the back, right under where the Martin knows what I'm talking about. Right under where the rib cage protector is, bro. Just pop him right there, bro.
Yeah, but then you have McKinney bending him backwards to it. Oh my God, it's gonna be. He's not gonna run up.
The Bills gonna want to fight after that.
That's fine.
Well, no, it's just he won't want to run anymore. He will sit back there and you will have him so frustrated because then he'll have to pass, and then we'll have the pass rush on him.
I think the Clemson game is a perfect example of what he'll do to a guy who wants to get out of the pocket and use his legs, bro. Like, look at the play I showed when Martin and them came up here. Bro, he chased him like 15 yards. I think it was a 16-yard run until he fumbled it. He chased him from behind the line of scrimmage. He chased him. He put him about 22 yards chasing him down, and he helped force the fumble on the guy.
Yep.
Like he has legit like anytime I think about pursuit like that, I think about like Ray Lewis and Junior Seau and like dudes that are relentless to go after the ball carrier to make the tackle. Like these are your Hall of Fame guys. I'm not trying to put them in there.
I say these are the guys who their motors run on diesel power, bro.
It feels like it, bro.
It's the guys. After the game, he's going to be the one being dragged off the field because he's going to be so tired. He's going to give 150% every game. He will leave it all on the field, then some.
He will. He'll be fine.
Didn't he have
young.
Didn't he have like 3.5 sacks against Virginia Tech or something like that? He had a huge game against Virginia Tech. Jeez, he was all over the freaking field.
I think he had 2.5.
Yeah.
I mean, he did Olay that tackle on the play reason you showed us, man. Like that was like a legit AI crossover he did to that offensive tackle to get
against Virginia
quarterback.
Against Virginia Tech, he had 2.5 sacks and 4.5 tackles for a loss.
That's a dominant performance.
Yeah, but you go watch the North Carolina, bro. He had 3 solo tackles, 7 assists, 10 total tackles, 1.5 for a loss, and he had a sack as well.
And what was that game that he had an interception? What was it against?
That was against Florida State, the FSU game.
Florida State.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but he did just his awareness, bro. Like, he didn't even lose control of that football. He made sure that football did not touch the ground, bro.
Yep.
It's just impressive, man.
I'm telling you, go watch the Duke game, too. That Duke game is just as impressive as the Virginia Tech.
I saw that one.
He had 3.5 tackles for a loss and 2.5 sacks in that game as well.
And he was so much bigger than the offensive lineman that he was taking on, bro. This guy was he looked like a he looked like he was playing against Pop Warner or something. How big he was, bro.
And if we're going to compare like the players that he played with in Miami on defense versus the players that he's going to play with Miami for the Dolphins, like he's going to have a lot more opportunities to kind of flash because you have to worry about a lot of players on this Miami Dolphins defense that it wasn't so much the case with the University of Miami Hurricanes last year.
Like, yo, Martin, you're a quarterback. Look at the bend around the arc this guy comes with right here on this play that I want to show against Virginia Tech. You know, he's up here on that left side. Look at the bend. What do you do? What do you do?
You know how Peyton Manning gets into that like fetal position when he knows he's about to get sacked? That's the only thing you can do right there, bro.
Just being
fetal.
Clean,
yeah,
bro.
Just fetal. Just go fetal right there, bro.
And I would say his best partner on the offensive line that wreaked havoc with him was Quincy
Roche.
Yeah, that was probably his best.
I'm surprised he dropped in the draft, actually. Quincy, as much as he did.
I think he's gonna be better than Gregory, bro.
I thought
appreciate you, Florida Born, for the $20 donation. And Florida Born says, "Thanks for the knowledge, bro. You killed it with the homework. We are truly lucky as a fan base to have a guy put in the hours like you do, man. You know what, bro? This was like I'm gonna say it, and I told y'all I loved. Yeah, I had so much fun with the Jalen Waddle. This was funner for me, man. Like, I could, like, bro, like, I already watched him the first time around, and my jaw was on the floor at like, this guy's motor is freaking incredible,
elite.
And like, once he gets a hold of you, it's a wrap. And then I'm watching it again, and I'm like, you know, like that span of Virginia Tech, North Carolina State, and then he hit Duke the game after.
Yeah,
that's some of the best football of a 3-game span of anyone, dare I say, in this whole draft class, bro.
He's
By the way,
right?
shout out to you, Florida-born, Kentucky-grown, for the Tua Saiyan. Super Saiyan.
I love that picture.
Yeah, that's a great picture.
Man, I love that picture, bro.
Hey, did you guys see?
I seen Tilly share that, and I loved it, bro.
Yeah,
man.
Hey, did you guys see the films? Did you guys see the film study from Top Billing of Liam Eichenberg?
No, I haven't watched
it. A little bit,
yeah. I did. It was actually pretty good film. I like the one he saved for last when Eichenberg got ran the fuck over, but I like the film.
Yeah.
The more I keep looking at the picks, is the more I'm starting to fall in love with them. You know, I was definitely, you know, kind of in shock, you know, during the draft, like, how did we not get that one? Or he was right there. But the more I'm looking at it, I can see why they were choosing the players that they were choosing. They got, you know, BPAs all over the place. They got, again, you know, the best safety, the best end. You know, I think that we really got the best wide receiver.
Yeah.
You know, so
I agree.
Yeah.
By
the players
the
that
most
make the most sense.
Yeah.
Tyree.
Nah, but Liam, bro, I love the way he played against I think it was Ojolari, bro. I mean, I know he's a bit undersized 6'2", but he completely manhandled him. Kwity Paye, he struggled against, because Kwity Paye, he's a
Kwity Paye
awesome.
dominated him.
Oh my god, bro! He had like this move where he did like kind of like a Euro step kind of move against Eichenberg, bro. He left Eichenberg in the dust, bro. Like, but what I like about Eichenberg is that he never gives up on the play. He makes sure that he finishes until the play completely ends. The only thing that concerns me a little bit. Yeah, the only thing that he concerns me a little bit, and I know he can clean this up with coaching, is his hand placement. Sometimes his hands are a little bit too high, and maybe he gets a little panicky sometimes because maybe he might be afraid of getting beat or something like that. But that might be called for he might get penalties for that,
like hands to the face or something.
Yeah. But I think he could clean once he cleans that up, bro. Bro, we got a very solid.
When we drafted him, that's what I told all y'all, that he had a lot of, a lot of holding calls at the collegiate level, man, and he's got to clean that up.
Yeah, his hands are definitely high.
And like you said, Reason, I saw that he struggles a little bit with guys that are big, like that have a big frame and that are athletic. Yeah, long frame and they're are athletic but his footwork is consistent. Like he once he gets in front of you, he locks you up, and I saw that a lot on film, bro. It's impressive. His technique is very good, bro. Very impressive, man.
That's the best part.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to check it out because, man, that ESPN showed them highlights of Tevin and blocking that dude all the way to the sideline. Made me a little sick, bro. Made me a little sick. I was like, man, why couldn't we get him and trade up and get Holland?
You got to check out their tape, man.
I think Larry said that he struggled with Tevin Jenkins. That one of the reasons that he fell, I don't know if it was a medical issue or what, is that he struggled a little bit in pass protection. I don't know, man. I didn't see that. I saw that he was a monster,
accurate.
Who struggled in pass
protection?
Larry
said that.
Who did?
Larry said that. I disagreed.
Who did he say?
He said Tevin Jenkins.
That's a lie.
Tevin
the reason
Jenkins,
why I've already gone over all y'all with why he fell.
Right.
The reason why he fell is because from his interviews. People had issues. People thought he didn't have his confidence wasn't where it's supposed to be. Bro, Tevin Jenkins was a beast in pass pro. How do you think he was beating Joseph Asai? He beat him in pass pro and run sets, bro.
Oh,
that's not true at all, bro.
Bro, he's a mauler, dude.
I've watched more
mauler,
Tevin Jenkins film than anyone in the Dolphins community. That's a lie. That's not true at all.
Tevin Jenkins was arguably the best pass blocker in this draft, bro.
Yeah, bro.
In my opinion.
Well, he's up there for sure.
They think the goggles are cute. That's why.
Man, they have to cut out that look like Tarzan type of stuff. Forget about that, man. Tevin can look like Steve Urkel as long as he plays.
They have that old school fucking like they have that old school mindset, right? It's like, oh, he's not confident off the field. Well, who cares really what he's doing off the field? Like, look at him on the field. He's killing people.
This is North Carolina State. Look at the inside move there. Boom.
He's an aggressive player.
I love it.
Man.
I love his hand. I love his hand swipe, bro. Like, get the hell out of here with that shit. And he's so patient, bro. He's such a patient pass rusher, bro.
Yeah, I think Vegas has him as plus 700 to win the D-Roy with only Micah Parsons ahead of him. But I mean, the Dallas is probably not going to have a great defense because their corners are still pretty lousy. So he's by default. Shouldn't he be the favorite?
That's how you loop, boys.
Yeah. And you can tell, and you can tell he was tired before the play because it looks like they were driving that drive. He had his hands on his hips, but he still fired through the line, bro. Like that's rare, bro. Normally, when you're tired like that, you just like, all right, let me just run into somebody. Right. Man, that dude got a motor for real, man.
Bro, and just further on the Tevin Jenkins thing, he's so good at pass pro. What did the Bears do?
Switching to left tackle.
Yep,
exactly.
just like that. He's like, you know what? You gonna be our blind side.
Yeah, if you were worried about him in pass pro, you wouldn't make him a blindside protector.
Period.
Hey, at least he matches the team logo, bro, because he is a bear, bro. He's a total mauler at the position, bro.
Bro, he's a monster, bro. Someone's saying Jenkins gonna be a bust. You're crazy, bro. Watch film.
No, but guys, he's not that confident off the field, so.
Which was the dumbest thing in the world. Me and Dante Colonelli were talking about that before we went, because that news came out. Listen, that came out before day 2 of the draft started because that was the biggest question of why did he fall out, and then that got leaked. It was because of the interview process, bro. That guy is so sturdy and solid. Like, he is going to be special at the next level. The Dolphins missed out. I'll tell you one thing. I like Liam Eichenberg. I like him. Yeah, okay. Jeff Creed says 6 hours of watching tape. What, highlights on YouTube, bro? Get out of here. These people. I watch tape. I said this to Irving. These people. I watch tape. I watch film. Bro, all you guys watch is what you can find on YouTube. Okay? Because I know to get the all 22 I have, you got to pony up big bucks. All right? You got to pony up bucks. That shit ain't free. So, and you got to know the people to get access to it. And I know people in the comment section don't know the people to get the access to it. No offense, but that's just how it is. So, you watch Tevin Jenkins. That guy is like, man, I'm telling you, that guy. I talk about Liam Eichenberg. Liam Eichenberg is solid. Tevin Jenkins has a much higher. Here's the thing. What did I say about Liam Eichenberg?
High floor,
low ceiling. Tevin Jenkins, what do I say about him? Right? Lower floor, way higher ceiling.
Maybe that's how the Dolphins just felt about like their O-line. They already took a lot of high ceiling type players. Maybe they just wanted to.
I don't want to hear that. They traded up.
I'm just saying. Because there was a run on tackles before that. So
right.
It's better to get in front of it than, to lose out. Because the tackles behind them are not really better than Eichenberg.
The only thing that gets me with that, though, man, is we could have done the same exact move. We could have just flipped it, man. We could have got Tevin and then traded up and got Holland. We could have done the same exact move because I don't think any safety was taken yet. We could have done the same exact move, man. And we would have, as great as our draft was, it would have been that much better with Tevin Jenkins instead of Eichenberg.
Yeah,
agreed.
And I think Atlanta, from what I've talked to people and stuff, Atlanta was locked in on Richie Grant. That's why they traded back.
Man.
So from what I understand, they weren't even a threat to take Javon Holland.
Because he can play nickel corner too, right? And they need corners, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so can Holland with that. So you got to look at it that way too. He can play nickel corner. Holland can play all over the defense.
I think Holland's probably a better nickel. I mean, yeah, probably the better nickel corner.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement. Plus, you got better size.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good point.
And he's really good.
And he can pretty much
better
roll.
speed too. Better speed because Richie Grant's not the fastest.
Damn.
I agreed. I liked Richie Grant, but I never liked him as the hype was placing him like as a high second round draft pick after the Senior Bowl.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I liked him, but I didn't like him that much.
Right.
You know, I'll spend a third or fourth on you, but I ain't spending a second on you. Sorry, Richie.
Sorry,
was, Jenkins.
Even Morig with his. I'll hit y'all with this. I don't know how we went undrafted, but our Darius Washington.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Might be better than him. The only reason is because he's 5'8".
Yeah, and 175 pounds or something like that. So it was more so his size than anything else.
Martina, I think it's a great move for the Bears. I think Jenkins is going to be special at the next level, man.
The Bears had a killer draft. Sure,
yeah, Bears knocked it out of the park.
They really did.
Not like the Dolphins did.
A bunch of teams did.
We did.
As much as people don't want to hear it, the Jets and the Patriots did too.
Yeah.
The
Jets line is
going to be. Although I'm not afraid of the first round quarterback for the Patriots.
I'm not afraid of either first round quarterback.
Nope.
No, I'm saying for the future. Wilson might be good in the future.
My problem with Wilson is if you watch I have literally every snap of him all 22. One of there's a bunch of Jaelan Phillips I had every snap of.
Right.
Jalen Waddle I have every snap of. Zach Wilson. There's a bunch of guys. Zach Wilson, when I watched him, it bugs me that every time he found an explosive play or big success, it was improvisational and outside the pocket. I never saw him just sit in the pocket and cut up a team and beat a team. Add on the fact that he didn't beat any good teams.
Didn't he get beat by Coastal Carolina?
Yeah, in that bowl game, right?
It was during the season. It was during the season.
I thought it was a bowl game. I'm pretty sure it was a bowl game.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It was the last game of the season. Let me look it up right now.
Yeah, they killed that boy.
Yeah, that Coastal Carolina game was early on in the season, I believe.
No, man, BYU was 9-1 or 9-0 heading into that game. That game happened in December.
Oh, okay, yeah.
December 5th.
But it was a back and forth though. Coastal Carolina couldn't be stopped, and BYU.
Yeah, he lost by a couple. McNair style, right? He lost by an inch. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That was a good game. That was a great game, actually, man. Offensively.
Yeah, because Coastal Carolina was the number 12th ranked team after BYU was 16th, I think.
They were both undefeated going into that game.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
It was really good.
Those are some of the kind of plays that Waddle going to be scoring these touchdowns on too, man.
Waddle, man.
It
was called. Okay,
go
ahead. No, go ahead.
No. Go.
No, go ahead. I'm reading something, so I got ahead of myself. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I'm when you guys are thinking about, talking about the improvisational kind of plays, outside of the pocket, something breaks down. I mean, Waddle and Fuller are the perfect wide receivers for stuff like that, so I'm expecting, explosive, again, we're kind of sidetracking from BYU, Zach Wilson, but those are some of the kind of plays that, I'm expecting to see this season when, the Dolphins roll out.
I was going to say, mind you, Tua is still a fully functional system, timing, rhythm-based quarterback. So I don't know how much improvisation
you got some,
you're gonna see.
He's nice in the pocket.
But I know Tua is capable of it. But I think Tua is probably going to be honed in and mastering staying in the pocket and just dissecting defenses from read 1, 2, 3 to check down. I think he really wants to master that.
I mean, I really do. Yeah.
You hope he
I
what?
think,
Hold on, let me say. You hope
I
he
hope
what?
Tua has a pocket, you know.
I think he will. The move with Robert Hunt getting bumped in the guard is a really that's one of the quietly best moves we made this offseason, because let me tell you, Hunt at right tackle was an evident, struggle. But now you bump him in the guard, you have a veteran and Screwer, and then you bump Kinley to his rightful position at left guard. Trust me, man, that interior, bro.
Which helped AJ too when we moved Kinley over.
Right. So that's what I mean by once that interior gets solid, it's good to go.
Some
Raid the
people are
tape ass.
hypothesizing Eichenberg's going to be left guard, though. You never know because his arms are not that big.
Yeah, he's got 32. He's got 32 and 32.28 inch arms.
That's true.
But it's already basically come out that people inside the Dolphins believe he's going to be handed the right tackle job.
Right tackle. Yep.
No,
He's not going to be playing left. He's not going to be playing left guard because, they want Kinley back in his natural position of left guard, right? Like we were playing him out of position at right guard. And,
Definitely.
you look at Austin Jackson's improvements specifically in the run game when Kinley was moved to his natural position of left guard. You know what I mean? So it'll help Austin Jackson's game as well. Now, there was talk if we were going to draft Penei Sewell that they were going to kick Austin Jackson to right tackle. So I don't know if they're still thinking that with Liam Eichenberg. I think because
that would probably be better.
Liam Eichenberg is such a technician. That's why they're going to trust the right side with him, right? That's the raw part of Austin Jackson's game, right? Like clearly he's got the athleticism, clearly he's got the size, ideal size, arm length, et cetera, but he's still like his technique, his footwork, it still needs to be cleaned up, his hands. So I think they're going to trust it with Liam Eichenberg, albeit if he wins it in camp. And just think about, here's my thing. First of all, Raid the Tape says y'all think you guys are going to beat the Raiders. I actually honestly do, bro, and I'm not just trolling you. I really think we're going to beat.
Ain't ready.
Yeah, your defense isn't that good, and that's what's going to cost you against us, man. And our offense is going to outpower your offensive line, what's left of it. So,
Alex Leatherwood.
Yo, good.
Leatherwood.
Raid the tape.
Not going to stop us.
Raid the tape. I've been preaching up here for time. Okay, for 5-6 months, how much I didn't like Alex Leatherwood. And you guys took him, way too high. I think you could have got him instead of the Mooring pick. I think Alex Leatherwood still would have been on the board. Let me put it that way.
I can't wait to see that matchup. Sure. Leatherwood versus Phillips.
Oh, my God.
Back-to-back picks in the draft.
Left tackle.
They picked Leatherwood one pick before Phillips. Can't wait for that matchup.
Just going on here for a sec. The interior. Robert Hunt and Kinley on the interior is disgusting. Look at the size of those men.
Yeah.
You know what?
Big boys,
and Robert
man.
Hunt, we're not asking you. You can work in your phone booth. We're not asking you to get an open space. We're not asking you to move laterally all the time. And once they find that center, because I don't know if Skur is going to be back to his 2018 form. I don't have a crystal ball. That's why I would have drafted a guy like Quinn at 81.
Yes.
But imagine if you would have had imagine if you would have had Quinn in the middle of those two guys. Holy
man.
No.
How do you move us, bro?
And to be honest, with again, like that's why I said this is one of the quietly best moves we made, bumping Hunt to guard, because now I think he's gonna get way more confident now, man. Just being more comfortable, away from that island. Yeah. So I think he's really gonna, take advantage of this new position and start playing like how you were saying way earlier recently, like at an all-pro level. But in time he'll get the recognition. But
like Martin, if I'm a running back, I'm not even thinking about kicking it outside, bro. I'm just being patient and waiting for that middle to open up, bro, and I'm hitting.
True.
Jared
Dokes.
How is Dokes looking, by the way? I'm barely catching up with Dokes, man. Is he okay?
Oh, you meant did you hear? I'll play it one more time for you because I know you came in late. This was like a 2-minute little piece that came out today of all the rookies and stuff. I'll just play it for you so you can see what's up.
Mm-hmm.
I came in late too. And I want to see it.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Jalen Waddle's in here. There's Flores doing the fist bumps to everyone.
Look at him already.
Let's go.
The general.
The general. Look at the hand. But Phillips gets a handshake, baby. You know
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's Dokes right there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
He
Flores
looks like a big
always,
boy.
He's a big running
Yeah,
back.
it looks like.
We got that Ronnie Brown number 2, boys.
I know.
Man.
Magic. It's the magic. Watch
you know
Watch
what I
this
like
year.
is he looks like a natural catcher of the ball here. It
He
just
is.
goes right to his
You
hand.
watch him at
Yes.
Cincinnati. He is.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah,
Hunter
he
Long.
is.
Hunter Long hitting the pads. Look at this. Good hands by Hunter Long right
Great
there.
route too, bro.
That was
Yeah.
a way better route.
And here's that boy. Here's the $27 million guaranteed
Uh-oh.
man.
Uh-oh.
Look at this. Watch this. Watch this. Whoop! Whoop! Whoop!
See
Watch
that
the
grass
comeback.
cooking up?
Wait till you see. Yeah, I know. Wait till you see the comeback he runs here. Look how sharp he cuts. Ready? Boom! Boom!
my
Look
goodness.
at the grass flying.
I
all
know.
over the place.
I seen that.
Javon Holland.
Oh man, it's about to get real, fellas. It's about to get real, man.
There's gonna be a
I think
lot more
Dokes-
turnovers this year.
I think Stokes might be pretty good in this offense.
Yeah, he will.
Of
be.
course.
I mean, we don't need much. This first down goal line.
Yeah.
Gaskins to have it.
Short
handle everything
yardage,
else.
third downs, and goal line.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah,
That's all
we
I
don't
need
need
from you.
much.
Gaskin and Ahmed can take up the middle of the field.
Yep.
How is he at blocking?
He's a
Amazing.
very good blocker, bro.
Yeah.
Jordan
There's
Howard.
Liam Eichenberg. There's Liam Eichenberg.
Big
Ike.
boy.
There's Jalen. Look at he got the visor.
Damn.
Oh boy,
Big 15. That's hard.
Right.
bro. I want a
Yeah.
Phillips jersey so bad.
Me too.
I'm getting a Phillips and a Waddle. I think I'm getting a Phillips and a Waddle. And if Jalen once who took 8? Hearns? Once Hearns gets cut. And once Hearns gets cut or moved and they give that number to Holland, I'll go grab a Holland jersey.
Come
But
on,
but
Aaron.
but,
You can
but
pick any other
did
number.
Holland voluntarily choose 22? You think?
No.
No, Hearns is the vet,
No.
so he's gonna get first choice, right?
I mean, but,
and he was on the team. He was on the team when they announced the rookies weren't drafted yet. When they announced that they're going to single digits again, remember?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's why the rumors of Bowden going to 6, which ended up being true, were coming out way earlier, and everyone was like, "What's Devontae Smith gonna wear if we draft him?"
All right.
Yeah.
As a Canadian Miami
Well,
fan,
Bro,
I
did
might
you
get
see
a
the
Holland jersey.
Did you see the video of Devontae Smith today?
No, I haven't.
Let me see if I can find it. Hold on, you guys talk. I'll bring it up.
Hey, did
He
you
ran
see
the
they have
route?
Trevor Lawrence predicted to have 33 touchdowns and like 10 interceptions?
That's
Who?
so
God,
disrespectful.
Yeah,
Who?
good luck.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Oh no
They don't
way!
even have an offensive
I know,
line.
not in dude. He has nothing in Jacksonville for that. Come
That's so
on.
disrespectful.
Well, he's got a good
They-
receiving core, bro.
They should have took
Yeah.
Tevin Jenkins.
He gonna be playing from behind a lot
Instead of
too, so he
Travis
gonna get the
Etienne.
throw.
Didn't what's his
That's
face
true.
go there? Didn't Curtis Samuel go there?
No,
No.
Washington.
No. Samuel
Marvin
to Washington.
Oh
Jones.
yeah, he went to Washington.
Yeah, Marvin Jones.
Marvin
went there.
Jones.
So they got like Laviska Shenault, Shark.
DJ Chart, yeah.
Yeah, they
Marvin Jones.
got. But yeah, that's who they signed,
Travis
Marvin Jones.
Mhm.
They still don't have an old line. They should have. They could have still got ETN at
They
32.
have no line. Yeah, they have no line. Yeah.
And they definitely have no defense. So
Man.
Hey, better for Tua.
hey, come on. And they don't even have a tight end right now. It's Tebow.
They gotta have the secret soon. We gotta have Jerome. We gotta have Jerome Robinson.
Man, I
Can
seen
you
I
imagine
seen
having
Man.
Can you imagine having Tebow go to block Phillips?
I seen the video of Tebow's only catch attempt in the league.
Oh yeah.
Man,
I've seen that too.
that thing bounced right off his face, man. So I
Yeah,
was like,
look
oh
like he scared the
Lord.
shit out of his ass.
He was like,
Bro,
oh,
he like,
that was for me.
under the ball.
That was
Yeah, I
for
know,
me?
eh? He like
No,
ducked
but
under
here-
the ball, bro.
You have Tebow playing
Oh,
tight
man.
end. He's gonna have to come in and he's gonna have to take one of our defensive ends on.
Tebow
Nah,
gonna be the
man.
loose end, not the tight
been
end.
training
The loose
at
end.
Miami.
Right,
baseball.
right. Say that again.
First of all, I gotta ask you guys: did y'all see that Padres Rockies scrap?
Nah,
Yeah.
I ain't see that.
Nah.
I
You didn't
saw
see
it.
that? All right. I'll show y'all this quick before I find this Devontae
It-
Smith.
it kind of feels like MLB kind of lets them know, all right, I need you guys to fight this game.
It wasn't really a scrap, though, bro. Watch this. It wasn't really a scrap.
Oh, yeah. This is
done, bro.
Night.
Done, bro. Oh,
don't like matches.
Another
he wasn't ready.
He's gonna do something.
He wasn't ready.
Shouldn't have been talking that ish.
Nah, he was drunk. He was clearly drunk. He get hit one time and just.
Hey, Reason, I know you watch hockey. Did you see the Rangers and all them fights they were getting in that hockey game? Who they played?
The Capitals. That was because one of the Capital players, Tom Wilson, is one of the dirtiest players in the league, or the dirtiest player in the league, I would say. He got into it with he took a kid down behind the net, started like feeding him, and then another player came in who's like 20 pounds lighter than Wilson, pulled him off and started going at with them. And basically this guy who went out, his name's Artemi Panarin,
superstar.
He lost. Yeah, he's a superstar. He lost his helmet, and Tom Wilson grabbed him and slammed his head without a helmet on the ice. And then kept popping him while his head was slammed after his hand was slammed off the ice. And the NHL, all they did, and Tom Wilson's a repeat offender. Like, he's had like 14 game suspensions, 8 game suspensions, or whatever. All they did was they gave him a $5,000 fine.
Which somebody did the math on. If someone makes $50,000, that's a $20 fine.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, bro.
Shout out to hockey.
Right.
Oh, they got like 6 fights, bro.
Yo, they had 3 or 4 fights at the beginning of the opening puck drop.
All 6 forwards, yeah.
Trying to find this Devontae Smith. I saw it earlier. Basically, Devontae Smith was doing that drill where you run up, you touch the cone, and then you turn around and you try and you got to catch the football, and he dropped it.
Just hold on, Devontae. 5 years. Just hold on, baby. 5 years. Just on the floor. We got you.
He's already picturing that strong safety.
Bro, did you see that video of him a couple days ago walking into the Eagles facility? He looked like miserable as hell, bro.
I want to be in Philly.
Like, yo, this isn't the Alabama quarterback I wanted to play with.
Right.
I thought he was going to South Beach with.
Yeah, he wanted to come to Miami, man.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I bet you his heart dropped when he heard Jalen Waddle's name get announced.
A little bit.
Jalen Waddle probably didn't think he was probably going to get picked.
Right.
Maybe that's why he was acting like that.
Well, he didn't act like anything. He talked about how he celebrated with his family, and then the camera caught him after the celebration. Yeah. So, and then they released a video of him celebrating with his family, right? He was stoked. So,
I mean,
I'm sorry. I think he would have taken going to play with Mac Jones instead of Hurts.
Maybe. Yeah.
I would have.
Everyone would.
Dude, you're walking into a situation where everyone and their mother knows that they do not believe in Jalen Hurts, bro.
And not just that, the coach is actually the owner. Because he's the one calling all the shots. He just has a puppet down there on the sideline.
Don't worry, they'll have Watson next year.
Yeah, I think that'll be where he goes if he's traded.
I think there will be a battle for Watson. I think Washington's going to try and get into that.
Won't matter, bro. The Eagles are, and once Carson Wentz plays this year, the Eagles are going to have 3 first-round picks next year alone.
True.
I think if Tua's not a top 10 quarterback this year, and Watson's all of his charges are dropped, we can get Watson next.
I don't want Watson.
I'm still in it.
Again, Watson's camp's already come out and said that he would accept a trade to any of the 31 teams. He won't veto a trade. We won't have the capital to match up with Philadelphia.
Maybe, but he would want to come here versus Philadelphia.
And it's the same thing.
You know how no trade clauses work? You have to submit a list of teams, not one team that you'd be willing to.
You got to also remember it's the same thing as Rodgers. If they can send him to the NFC, they're going to send him to the NFC.
That's where they want to move him to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with Favre, right? Where did they move Favre? They moved Favre to the AFC when they trade him, and they even put in a clause in that trade that if the Jets trade him to the Minnesota Vikings, they would lose draft picks to the Packers.
That was good, eh?
Because you don't want to face the guy, bro.
Right.
Tua's going to be a top 10 QB, though, so we don't even got to worry. Tua is
He's going to be MVP.
There you go.
I found what I was looking for here. Here you go.
But I say you don't see Super Saiyan Tua right there, man. You about to go off.
Yes, sir.
He's about to go off.
They done got him his boy Waddle.
Uh-oh.
Let's see it.
All right. So here you go.
Come on, Devontae.
Oh.
Hey, he dropped it and he was like, all right, whatever.
yeah.
Like he does not want to be
He's like, that ain't realistic. Jalen ain't gonna throw it right there inside, bro.
Bro, the funniest shit was that pass by Tebow Reason put on the other day. The wounded duck.
Yeah. Oh God. That wasn't a wounded duck. That was just a dead duck falling.
Oh my goodness.
Bro, that duck was dead before it left the ground, bro.
That was so sad, man.
Bro, that's
Hey, Reason, if they do play Waddle on special teams a little bit more than we expect, and he gets good receiving yards, do you think he would be a chance at Offensive Rookie of the Year this year?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Can you imagine having both the offense and defense?
But look,
he's got a chance, but quarterbacks get favored too heavy.
Exactly. Dude, if you actually think about it, Justin Jefferson should have been Rookie of the Year last year, not Justin Herbert.
Yeah, say that. With Kirk Cousins at quarterback, man, please.
Yo, did you see Justin Jefferson when he was asked about Kirk Cousins and Joe Burrow?
Nah, what do you say?
Bro, oh my God, I gotta find that, bro. Oh, bro, he threw Kirk under the bus, bro. Like people were like,
yeah.
People
were
like
on the mic. Oh, yeah.
No, like he was in the interview. It was like a couple days ago.
Oh, I remember something different where he's like, throw the ball, Kirk.
Oh yeah, that. Let me see. Hold on a second.
I think Justin Jefferson's really gonna like Kellen Mond, man. Kellen Mond is underrated when it comes to like particular like accuracy throws. Like he puts the ball exactly where the receiver can get it, bro. Like he might have fun with him if he gets on the field sooner than later.
I don't think Kellen Mond that bad.
I liked him. I liked him out of A&M.
He's all right.
He's all right.
He just didn't really show up like when you needed him, but he got all the tools.
He just needs to be coached. He just needs to be coached, man. Let me tell you. But he's impressive.
Well, guys, I got to get out of here. I got to drive home. Y'all have a good one. I'll be watching.
All right, man.
Much respect, Todd.
All right, Todd.
You're about to watch, or if you're still watching, I'm gonna actually put it the audio so I don't get struck with a demonetization because it's from the herd. So give me a sec. Let me convert it.
The herd.
I found it anyways.
The worst.
The turd.
Apparently, was he talking shit about Tua again today? Someone said he was talking shit about Tua.
And by the way, remember he was pumping to his tires before his rookie season.
Bro, he's a joke.
That's very true.
He was talking about how
he was talking shit about Flo.
No,
really?
But before the rookie season, he was dumping on Herbert and talking about Tua.
He talking about I told you.
Yeah, he was saying if Tua is a truly good quarterback, then Flo wouldn't need to have to sell him that's our franchise quarterback. That truly good quarterbacks coaches downplay it.
Bro, is Tua becoming his new Baker Mayfield? Because Baker Mayfield shut him all up.
I know.
I think that's the trajectory he's on.
Right.
Bro, this guy was calling Tua the best quarterback in the draft last year.
Right.
Yeah, there was a time in the middle of the season last year where he called the Dolphins the 4th best team in the entire NFL, and he's like, it was because of Tua, and then all of a sudden, Tua's the worst quarterback. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, and yet Tua Tagovailoa has the best season with no OTA, no rookie mini camps, coming off an injury where most people wouldn't be able to walk after 351 days, but he's out here starting a football game. And he goes 6-3. He puts up the numbers he does. Has the best rookie season of any AFC East quarterback in over the last decade. But Sam Darnold deserves more time.
Time.
Preach.
Crazy.
Hallelujah.
In what world? In what world is this guy fucking living in, bro? And then I clowned him on Twitter over that whole video where he talked about the schedule and stuff like that. This guy's talking about. Like, yo, these quarterbacks you're naming, they got to go up against our defense, not Tua Tagovailoa, bud.
Mm-hmm.
I clowned him to shit. Then I'm like, I got like 300 likes off of clowning him, bro.
This team reminds me of the early Patriots when Tom Brady was relying on his defense.
Right.
And he was just consistently just moving the ball, putting his team in good positions to win the football game.
Yep.
Look. This is the same thing. I'm not expecting Tua to be,
world beater,
the greatest, right? The greatest thing since sliced bread. But I guarantee you, Tua will not put us in any type of harm with this type of defense that we're about to put on the field, bro. Like he's gonna lead us, bro. Like,
no, this was
I already know.
He doesn't need to be this fancy quarterback who's putting up all these numbers. Like if he's just not turning over the ball, that's all we really need right now.
Which is what he displayed all last year when he got on the field, bro.
And that's why
That's
exactly why Flores went to him, because he knew he would be more careful with the football than Fitzpatrick.
Oh yeah, ESPN was a joke saying Fitz was the better fit. Like 10 touchdowns to 7 picks is good. They were calling Ryan Fitzpatrick like he was he was like a god when he had a 10 touchdown to 7 pick ratio, and he sold the game against the Patriots and the Seahawks with those picks.
Yeah, they I don't know, man. The media.
They were treating like gospel, man. They were treating Fitz like. Oh,
well, I mean,
you know what it was though. You know what it was though. Last year he would probably have 10 touchdowns and maybe 15 interceptions by this time. So 10-7 is a pretty good season for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Right.
No, it was wild because.
Go ahead, say your comment, and then I'm gonna play the clip.
I was going to say it was the one time I actually agreed with Rex Ryan in the booth because he was talking about he coached Fitz. Yeah. He was like, Fitz will be a guy who he's going to put up some numbers some games. So, man, when it really counts, he's really going to lay you down. I was like, damn, Rex.
Hey, 100.
All right. I want to play this clip for you guys. This is Colin Cowherd and Justin Jefferson. And this is about the quarterbacks. It's hilarious.
He's like, I'm out.
Yeah, watch this. He throws Cousins under the bus.
Oh, Lord.
It's hilarious.
So now you have had Joe Burrow.
You can hear that, right?
And you have had...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate this man's voice.
Compare them. Where are they similar? Where are they not similar?
Similar. Kirk and Joe throw similar balls. They're not the strongest arm, but they're going to get it to you exactly where you need it. You need them to throw it. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about Joe that's a little bit different, Joe, I feel like Joe had that a little bit more swagger. He has that confidence on the field. And, I mean, he's not scared to get hit. And I feel like as a quarterback, that's a big trait to have, especially to be as young as he is. He's a phenomenal quarterback.
So were you surprised to hear the Vikings were interested in Justin Fields? Did that surprise you at all, the quarterback from Ohio State?
No. We have to for after or whatever the case may be. But having Justin Fields brings a little bit more pressure to other teams by having a dominant quarterback like he is.
Wow.
Damn.
You know that meme of that boxer looking at everybody like with that stare? That's how Kirk Cousins gonna come in the locker room.
The producers of that show was like, ooh,
we got some.
Remember Ghostbusters when the call came in? Got one!
Oh, no.
Bam! Hit the button.
Man.
They had some high quality TV that day.
That was actually a very ruthless Justin Jefferson talking about his quarterback. Now, mind you, Justin Jefferson was probably told, "Look, Kirk ain't gonna be here too much longer.
Yeah.
So do whatever you want to do."
Really?
No, Martin, you know what people are saying? That he missed out on because of COVID. They're like, wow, he really missed out on that PR training last year during COVID. They skipped that one, huh?
Did he?
Oh,
you know what I mean?
That was savage, dog. Hey.
All right, and I know there's some people in the comment section, they have no idea what we were talking about with Colin Cowherd. So we're gonna play the Colin Cowherd clip, and then we're all just gonna take turns hammering Colin Cowherd.
Oh God.
So this is for all of you that haven't seen it yet. This is the clip we're talking about with Colin Cowherd talking about Tua, continuing his little hate train on Tua. So let's get into this.
You know, one of the really interesting
you can hear that, right?
schedules.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Brian Flores keeps saying, "Hey, I love Tua. I got Tua's back," but you can't fool the players. First 8 weeks for the Dolphins, it's going to be Tua at Cam Newton and Belichick.
He beat them.
Tua against Josh Allen and the Bills. Tua against Derek Carr in Vegas. Tua against Carson Wentz. Tua at Tom Brady. Tua at Trevor Lawrence. Tua against Matt Ryan. Tua at Buffalo and Josh Allen.
Did you not realize the defense has to play?
I was just thinking.
Look at this.
Have the pre-snap excellence right now of a Matt Ryan or a Tom Brady. Those first 8 weeks, he's going to be the second best quarterback in 8 games.
Help me the second best quarterback in
Miami Dolphin locker room, Tua. That is a rough 8 games with star quarterbacks. Your break is at Trevor Lawrence, 6'6", huge arm.
I feel bad for
Dolphin
Colin,
players
man.
will be able to watch him.
I feel bad for
me
Colin.
that Tua's the guy.
I can't wait for us to
small, not a big arm.
No, when
not
Axe
real
takes
mobile.
off,
What is he talking about? Not really
Keep telling
mobile.
me he's the guy.
Did you not
But
watch
at some
the
point,
Arizona
players
game?
Gonna go, I'm watching Brady and I'm watching Josh Allen twice, and I'm watching Trevor Lawrence.
Oh my!
You got a lot.
Trevor Lawrence is throwing.
Yeah, I'm watching our defense
Big
light
arm,
up Trevor
big
Lawrence.
mobility. Big
Yes.
Good luck to it.
You think Flores care about the quarterbacks, man? Come on.
Yeah,
I'm glad he sold out.
This guy listed like it's quarterback versus quarterback. Like they don't have to face our defense.
Right.
Second of all, some of the defenses you just named there are Papua. Third of all, all right. How are you going to compare anyone out of all the quarterbacks you listed, including Tua, to Tom Brady? All right,
man.
And then this guy's acting like Trevor Lawrence is a vet, a seasoned vet out here, bro. Oh, they're gonna watch Trevor Lawrence quick stick with that big arm. Yeah, they're gonna watch his best receivers in that game be Byron Jones and Xavier Howard.
And don't give me that he's going against Carson Wentz because that's a terrible take right there.
Man, oh man.
And Tua's better than Cam Newton. Fuck him, man.
Yeah, bro.
Man, fucking Cam Newton.
Wasn't he dogging Carson Wentz this whole season too?
Look, I'm just gonna say Tua.
Bro, and
it's a human.
Martin. He's like, oh, they're gonna see Tua small. Tua's the exact same size as Drew Brees. What are you talking about?
It's the same.
Bro,
He's actually
They were
bigger
scared
than.
to death of Drew.
Right.
Isn't he?
It's a
bigger
bad
than
argument, man.
Yeah, he's bigger than Russell Wilson.
His athleticism
Well, he's taller than
underrated.
Russell, but I think Russell might be a little bigger.
Nah, Tua catching them in that big department.
Yeah,
you
like
see that boy with them games?
Yeah, nah. Yeah, Tua been going ham. He been going ham, man.
By the way,
getting
that isn't just edited photos. We saw in a video today, man. When he's playing golf, that's not edited. That's not
That
right
dude
after a
looks
workout where he's got the
Look,
pump. You know what I mean?
look.
That's like a raw video, and he looks big.
Tua is a human being Tua is looking at all these people, doubting him and doubting him and doubting him. I'm telling you, bro, like we about to get like a cold-blooded. We about
the equalizer. Drop those equalizer emojis in the comments right now. Because guess what? Like their homie Richmond Webb said, Tua's hearing all this nonsense, and someone's got to pay for this, bro.
Somebody.
And you know what, Martin, when we played that Miami on the Rocks clip, and Nick Hicks talked about how they're being quiet.
Yep.
They're being quiet because they're hearing all the noise, and they're saying, "Oh, we got something for that ass this year."
Yes.
You think Tua got this like his own little room with like a big board with all the throwing darts, bro. Just sitting in the dark with his little
chip on the shoulder. Bro. Yeah. He's throwing darts, and then right next to it, pinned is a loose leaf piece of paper with a bunch of names that he's just ready to cross off, bro.
Bro, Tua got a whole hit list. He got a whole hit list ready, and in the background he's playing classical music like. Look,
he's drinking his green tea.
Look, Tua this year, I think is going to be must-see TV only because everybody's doubting him, man. It's like if there's one guy you should not doubt, strictly based off of track record. No, I don't think anybody paid enough attention to his Elite 11, his Elite 11 kind of portfolio with him and Trent Dilfer. The reason why Trent Dilfer can't stop talking about Tua is because Tua proved him wrong. You know what I mean? Like straight up. Like he doubted Tua. Tua went to work, came back, and was the most dominant quarterback he's seen, like as far as learning from one end to the next.
For the next, right.
I mean, a lot of people are in trouble, bro. But again, Martin, I'm not gonna say Tua is gonna be the greatest thing, but true.
Can I ask you this, bro? Mm-hmm. Why does no one want to talk about arguably top 3 greatest receiver of all time? Shout out to the homie Tilly for posting this a couple days ago. And when he said this, and just verify when it starts, guys, if you can hear it.
And number 13 is
Yep.
Yep.
What
did you see from this game? I mean, to come in at halftime as a true freshman and do this, it didn't surprise me. I took my 2 nephews and my son to the Alabama camp this summer. I stayed back and I ran routes with Judy, Ridley, a bunch of the guys, Tua through to us. I've never seen anything like it. When I saw him after running routes with him, I knew he was a real deal. He's unbelievable.
Well, no one wants to talk about that, bro.
It doesn't fit the narrative.
I saw him say that on
that Tua sucks.
He talked about that in more depth. That was incredible.
Yeah, bro, and is that the same interview you're talking about where he compared him to Steve Young?
Man,
Terrell Owens.
That's the one.
Yeah. It's the 4-screen one. It's that old one where he compared him to Steve Young, man. I'm just saying, bro.
Yeah. We gonna have fun this year, fellas. We gonna have a lot of fun, man.
Yeah. So much.
I'm looking for. I just want to see that first preseason game just to see how they play in the first game. Like
preseason is not going to be as turned up as we would like it to be, but trust me, week 1 in Foxborough.
We're getting after that.
That is.
Cam better not be wearing no chains.
Not this year. He ain't gonna get it back this year.
That whole defense coming after him, man. But
Phillips.
I'm looking for week 2 when Fuller comes out and Phillips comes back to the sideline with freaking Allen's helmet. Say, "Here you go, coach."
Me and my wife were watching The Replacements a couple nights ago. You remember when that game where the coach says, Gene Hackman says to that guy Bateman, the cop who's a linebacker, "Go get me that ball. I want you to go out there and get me that ball." And he goes out, he gets the ball. "I got the ball, coach. I got the ball.
You got me the ball. You got me the ball."
Yeah. Yes.
And Forrest is gonna say, "Go get me Josh Allen's head, bro. Go get me it."
Oh man. This is gonna be fun, man.
Start 2-0. Oh my god, like that would be just.
Reason, what did you say? How we play Buffalo on Halloween. That in Buffalo, you said something, but I think you said hello, Joshy from that It scene.
Oh yeah, hiya, Joshy. We're your worst. We're your worst nightmare. We're your worst dream come true. And Robs, this is the one you're talking about, bro. When you're talking about it's bad, poor quality, but this is the one you're talking about where they talk about Steve Young and stuff. Bring it up here.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah, this is it.
Well, you guys play with Steve Young, so all three is Tua the next Steve Young in you guys' opinion?
Well, let me chime in because I worked out with Tua his freshman year. Like he was a true freshman. So Alabama has this camp that they do in college every summer. So my son and my two nephews were at that camp, and so I just went to the camp just to kind of just check in on them. And so after the camp, I think it was the last day. So after the camp, you know, Calvin Ridley was out there, Sims, Jerry Jeudy, I think he might have been like a sophomore or whatever at that time. These guys, they were like, man, it's like T.O., he's like, run some routes with us. And I'm like, I have no gear, I have no nothing. They're like, oh, we'll get you some shoes, we'll get you. So they literally got me all that I needed to go outside and run routes. And so before Tua was even available, they wanted to throw with Jalen Hurts because Jalen Hurts was the quarterback at the
Listen to this.
at the time.
Listen to what they say.
They couldn't find Jalen, so they was like, we got Tua coming. And then I'm like, all right, cool. And then they was like, he's like, dog, he's the real deal.
They didn't say that about Hurts.
Start right now, but they like,
yeah,
Jalen's our starter. And I'm like, really? So they're like, all right, just wait till you see him. So I'm like, all right. So he comes out. He wasn't as tall as I thought he was going to be. Hawaiian kid, left-handed or whatever. So we were out there running routes. We was out there for like an hour and a half. Guys, this is no lie. This dude was so impressive, dude. When I left there, I was like, oh my gosh. This was him as a freshman. This was like 3 years ago. I was like, this dude honestly, I told one of their guys, I said, dude, this is crazy to me. I said, this dude could probably play in the league right now. Damn. This is no lie. JR, he hit every route. I'm talking about when you talking about I literally, when I was running my routes, I was envisioning and I saw Steve Young throwing the ball to me.
Come on, man.
Pass that I corrected him on, and it wasn't an incompletion.
Come on, man.
Come on, guys. Let's not get too happy. They paid him to say that.
But let's say a healthy Tua because he's talking about Tua as a freshman, right?
Right.
Yeah. Everybody remembers Tua as a relief pitcher whenever Alabama would get like those big leads. He has so many impact plays as a true freshman as a relief pitcher, man. I was like, yo, who is this dude? Because I remember during the national championship interviews, they were interviewing Jalen Hurts, and then like the screen split to like Tua, and I was like, why are they interviewing the backup quarterback? Like just randomly, like just randomly. I was like, why are they interviewing the backup? Not knowing that Tua was actually like that dude, bro. So look, for T.O. to come out and say something like that, that means that all that's saying it like the alarm that's ringing in my head is a healthy Tua is potentially Steve Young ceiling. Yep. You know what I mean? And look. However, we got to do it, man. We got to just wait and see, bro. We got to wait and see. We got to be patient.
I'm going to say this, too, about Tua. If Tua didn't blow his hip out, we wouldn't have Tua.
Right.
He's going first overall. He's going number
one.
You know what? You know what, Cash? You know what, Cash? Yo, the as much as the Chargers fans want to sell you something, a narrative right now, if you go on Twitter, they all wanted Tua, but so did that organization. If he was healthy, the Chargers would have jumped us. We would have had to move up.
Right.
My goodness.
Everybody,
get it, man.
Look, it's freshman year. Everybody wanted Tua. They knew Tua was going to be the number one pick when he comes out.
Yeah.
He had more. Look, to me, he had more hype than Trevor Lawrence. Because, like you said, Trevor Lawrence really fell off his last 2 years.
Yeah. True. And you know what's crazy, Z-Man? If you go and listen to Rich Eisen, I forget, you got to go back and find it, but I remember watching Rich Eisen, and he said at the 2018 draft in Atlanta, Chris Greer was going around and telling anyone who would listen to him, I'm drafting that kid. I'm going to get
really
because the draft happened a couple months after that bowl game, right? That national championship. So he was going around and telling anyone who would listen, I'm getting that kid.
I feel like Chris Greer, like low key, he be telling what he's gonna do every single time. He don't really be lying about what he's gonna do. He's pretty straightforward if you think about it.
Yeah,
he might deceive you with all these trades, but he know what he wants.
Hold on a sec. Jansen says TD said yesterday that QBs drafted in the first round should not need to develop. He said Tua is a developmental QB that should have been drafted later in the draft. Every player drafted in the first round has to be developed at the next level, bro. Yeah. Every player needs to be coached up. All the guys you see that have high impact in their first year, you don't think they were coached up in the offseason? You don't think they were coached up in minicamp and OTAs?
True.
Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback prospect we've seen in a while. You don't think he needs coaching?
Yeah,
or
bro.
anything?
Especially with mechanics. Yo, this is what I say. This is why I say this. Listen. This is why I don't understand why people are going to these other YouTubers for the draft. Why? They don't do the film work.
That's simple.
They don't do the evaluations. They don't know the players. He's not the only one. I'm lumping a bunch of them in here.
Yeah.
They don't know that.
Nice too well.
The best they can do is rifle off PFF stats.
Man, well, other people
That's it.
Hey,
That's it.
I want to make
none of them. I'll tell you right now.
PFS is hated.
No
recently,
one in the Dolphins YouTube community can hold a candle to me with this draft shit, and that'll never change because I'm already so far ahead of them that they can do all the film study, but I'm gonna keep learning and learning every day because I don't know everything, but I keep learning. They can't hold the candle to me with that shit. That's like just literally fact. That's not even bragging. That's not being arrogant. That's literal fact.
You put in the work, You put in the work, bro.
Hey, Reason, I would just want to make this. I just wanted to say this real quick. When I say, when I recommend other channels like Top Billing, I don't mean to like take away subscribers or viewers from your channel. I'm just the only reason why, and I subscribe very few channels is because he's one of those guys that believes in what the Dolphins are doing, what the Dolphins front office and coaching staff are doing. Like he believes in this regime, and he supports what we're actually doing, and he's more of a neutral observer. But, I always every time I recommend a channel or I recommend someone who's a football evaluator, it's always you, Reason. You're always the number one guy that I always recommend because I know you put in the work. I know you do. You take the time. You just take time out of your own, whatever, to put in the work to do the film evaluations, to look at hours and hours of all 22 film and evaluate hundreds of players and from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate it, man.
For real,
yeah, man.
For real.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, look at on the channel. On the channel alone, if you think about it, I laid out over 70 players for you guys on the channel alone. The Patreon got a couple extra top 10 and honorable mentions. In total, I was just around 100 players between the Patreon and actually live on this channel.
All 22.
So Reason, you're the only one who talks to your fans too, which I appreciate.
Oh yeah. and I mean, what? How many players are drafted? What, 256? 260, something like that?
Yeah, just around. Mm-hmm.
So I literally give you
the draft.
Yeah, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it is what it is, bro. I'm not trying to be arrogant. I'm not putting anyone down. It is what it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
No arrogance involved. This is just you did your homework, you studied, and you made the A on the test. That's all. I mean,
that's the thing. Like, look at these guys. I can say that, outside of you going to evaluators like Dante Collinelli and stuff like, I'm talking about just strictly the Dolphins community. Outside of going, like, I was the only one like you, Martin. I was in college watching film, learning how to break down film. I went to a power high school out here in Canada that took their football I went to a Catholic high school. We took our football very, very seriously. I was having film sessions when I was in high school. So it's something I've been doing since I was 15 years old, bro.
And it shows. It shows.
Yeah, for real.
And I'm still going to get better because there's a couple scouting programs I'm going to be joining just to sharpen and hone my skills a bit more. But I mean, I've been doing it since I was 15, 16 years old, bro.
It's legit.
Yeah, you got a bright
again,
future, man.
And again, you know, people are always going to have their doubts when they don't see something that they want to see at a particular time, you know, because obviously patience is the virtue. And when it comes to Miami Dolphins fans, there's a level of impatience that we just can't get over. You know, it is what it is. But Tua, as a developmental quarterback, is legit. The guy came off of a major hip injury. He recovered in a miraculous fashion, and he had not only a quarterback who was supposed to have his back as a veteran, an offensive coordinator who's supposed to put him in better situations, and also a head coach that has no tolerance for any type of mistakes, considering they're in playoff contention. He dealt with all of that, including coming off a hip. I mean, we really if you can't find a way to put the mathematics together in your mind and say, you know what, Tua needs more time, then there's no hope for you. You know, there's no way to kind of, you know, let you know that you really don't know what you're talking about if you doubt Tua. But again, people are entitled to their opinions, but I mean, I think we got it right over here.
Yeah, and Martin, you know, the people who talk about Tua, talk all this mess about Tua, whether it's on Twitter or Facebook or whatever the case may be, or in the mainstream media, they don't know Tua personally. They don't know how much of a hard worker, how much dedication, and how much, you know, how much dedication that he puts towards honing his craft. And I mean, those people who know him, his trainers, his coaches, you know, his teammates, they know what a hard worker this kid is, because he has the determination. He's like I said, he reminds me of that Tom Brady in terms of the work ethic, the competitiveness, just the ability of not settling and just getting better day by day by day. And you see that, and it reflects not on his teammates. You know, people see that and it just it spreads like a kind of like a virus in a way that it makes them want to work that much harder too. And Tua, just like this kid, I mean, just the obstacles that he had to overcome. I mean, just look at the severity of the injury, the broken femur, you know, the hip. I mean, bro, he had to have 5 surgeries on that hip. He wasn't walking for weeks. He had to learn how to run, learn how to walk, and then learn how to run. And then through rehab, he had to have his pro day in the middle of the pandemic where everything was freaking closed. You know, and then no offseason, no rookie mini camp. You see how important it was for those rookies to get into the classroom, to study the playbook, to interact with their coaches. This year, Tua didn't have none of that. Yeah, and he still had a much more efficient rookie than Peyton Manning, because Peyton Manning, good God, I mean, 26 touchdowns to 20 interceptions. That's not good. 3-13, I mean, that's not good. I mean, yet he did set the rookie record at the time. Yeah, impressive. But he did throw a lot of interceptions, and he had a much more efficient rookie year than Josh Allen. Like, how you? I don't understand. And after 9 games,
crazy for Herbert to put up the numbers he did. Herbert had more than 300. He had about 300 attempts more than Tua Tagovailoa throwing the football. He had, I think he had 590. I think he had 595 pass attempts.
Because he was losing all day.
Tua had 290.
Who had the most?
Who were in the game?
And Burrow, when you compare him to Burrow threw. Of course, he had more touchdowns and more, you know, more passing yards. Guy threw 110 more times than Tua, and he had less offense. He had more offensive snaps than Tua. It's like, you know, and then Tua has the same, very similar stats, and this guy's coming off a broken hip.
But Burrow
didn't I want to see what this kid is capable.
Yeah, Burrow really didn't even have more numbers than Tua, right? Like, and what's crazy is if we don't have 11 drops in that Buffalo game, Tua has a 500+ yard game, and he would have been the only rookie last year to have that.
To do that.
Agreed, man. Agreed.
Yeah. Look.
Agreed, bro.
Look, this was actually a blessing, man, that Tua got thrusted into this situation, because is in order for you to like really learn and get through something, you got to go through hell of adversity and come out the other side. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's unscathed. You know, he probably has some things in the back of his mind like, damn, you know, I wish I could have done this better. But I'm just thinking about Tua being a human being, seeing the doubt, and saying to himself, I'm gonna work my way into being at a certain standard, at a certain level. And where I look, yeah, let's just brace ourselves, man. This is gonna be a hell of a season, I think, man. It's gonna be a hell of a season.
I think, and Roman just hit it on the nail, man. I think it's just the hate on Tua. It's just, I don't know if it's just a grift or.
How long have you been in this YouTube community for? How long have you been watching? How long have you been watching TD, Dougley, myself? How long have you been watching all of us for?
I think since last summer. I started around last summer.
Okay, so like COVID, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, if you go further back, all the OGs who have been watching since I was on TD Fins Talk in October up until now, this whole narrative in this community on YouTube, when you talk about the Pedros, when you talk about all these people, they don't want me and EM to be right. And that's literally what this boils down to.
I see that.
Because we made them look foolish. We showed that we knew what we were talking about evaluation-wise because me and EM gave our evaluation of Tua. The Dolphins clearly had the same evaluation we did. That's why they took him a 5. And then you go even further. They all got dragged. They all got thrown in the mud over Josh Rosen. They kept trying to tell all of you fans that Josh Rosen is a franchise guy. Give Josh Rosen a chance. Josh Rosen is good. And I kept saying with EM, you go back to his UCLA tape when he had his shoulder surgery. He was never the same since. Before his shoulder surgery, he had a big arm. Martin knows what I'm talking about here. When you got big arms, you feel like you can fit the ball in any window. You even if you're late on your read, you think you can fit it there because your arm's so strong. The problem that happened with him is all those bad habits of having a big arm were there after the shoulder surgery on his throwing arm.
Right.
And his arm wasn't as big.
Right.
And Josh Allen, if you go watch him in UCLA, this is how I could tell these people never watched the tape like they claim they did. He was never a good processor. Josh Allen was never a good processor at UCLA, bro.
At Wyoming, yeah.
Oh, you talk about
No, I'm talking about Josh Rosen.
Oh, yeah, okay, right, yeah, Rosen UCLA. Yeah.
Rosen at UCLA. He was never a good processor.
Tua will ball out. Yes.
Yeah.
I never was impressed by him either.
Like, and that's the thing. A lot of these people, we kept having to put up with we don't need Tua. We got Josh Rosen. Oh, Josh Rosen's the future. What's funny is all these people who hate Tua made every excuse in the world for Josh Rosen, but now a kid who's coming off an actual legit serious injury, they call that an excuse.
They made every excuse for Josh Allen, and 2 years ago they all said he was shit, and then this year they kissed him his ass.
Listen,
that's what they do. They tear you down and build you up.
Mr. Ballgame used to push back on me and EM all the time. You know what happened? You can find the receipt. It's literally on TD Fins Talk. COVID hit. What does Ballgame do? He finally sits down and dives into the Tua Tagovailoa tape. He comes on air and says, TD, I got to tell you, EM and Reason were right. I watched this kid. He is legit. And that's a guy who knows Josh Rosen personally. And had a reason to push for Josh Rosen, because at least unlike these other people who don't know him from Adam, he knew him personally, all right? So he had a reason to be invested on the kid, right? And that's what it all comes down to. All these Tua haters in this YouTube community are Rosen lovers. I call them Rosen truthers. That me and EM constantly embarrassed. Yeah, I know, that we constantly embarrassed. And then it made it even worse when they took the guy me and EM kept pushing. All this comes down to is all these haters don't want me and EM to be right. That's literally what this comes down to, bro.
And it shows like in the comment section and stuff, and the chats and the other channels and stuff.
It's only a shame because, okay, let's say that they were wrong. Just admit you're wrong and move on, man. Just like why would you hold on to it so long to where you're bringing everything down with you? Like, nah, man. Let things live.
Because they're not wrong till they're actually wrong. When Tua wins,
right.
Like they don't have nothing else to say.
But I want you to listen to me, Z-Man. Listen to me. Because we know what these people try to do is they try to watch stats, right? They try to use stats against you for Tua. You want to watch the stats? Go watch the stats. Because guess what? Tua had the best rookie season out of any AFC East quarterback in over the last decade. No one wants to talk about that, though.
Allen and Darnold were not good in their rookie years.
All they bring
up, very
all
true.
They bring up is the two benches.
And you know what? I was the first one in this community. I was the first one in this community, and now I see some of the mods here use it on Twitter when people bring it up. John Elway was benched in his rookie season. How'd that work out?
A lot of quarterbacks were benched. I don't understand where this comes from. Tom Brady was
championship. How many quarterbacks why don't you bring up the in on the first year and just ball out?
You know what I hate? This lack of knowledge, this lack of film study, this lack of knowing the position has festered and created this little group of haters that come together collectively. And
like Voltron.
And they do a little circle. And turns into a little fucking circle jerk, man. And the fact that they get off on potentially the most humble kid we've had at that position. You know what? One of the guys with some of the best college film you'll ever see. They get off on wanting him to fail, and they call themselves Dolphin fans.
It's weird.
It's weird. Me and EM used to lay it out on TD Finstock. Me and EM used to lay it out on TD Finstock. We used to say, listen, we don't care if you're black, white, purple, orange, yellow, whatever. We just want elite play at that position. Me and him used to say, hey, we hope Josh Rosen proves us wrong, but we're going by what the film tells us. And last I checked, this guy's bouncing around practice squads like a Vietnamese whore during the Vietnam War between American camps, bro. All right. So I mean, clearly we know what we're talking about. And then you know what we got to hear? Yeah. Oh, they still the narrative on Josh Rosen. He didn't get a fair chance. So what? Josh Rosen started over 16 games in the NFL between two different teams. Got a chance to be a starter on a second team after busting out the first year, being a top 10 pick, which not a lot of people get in the NFL. Yet Tua has 9 games, not in football shape, 351 days removed from his first start after a traumatic injury. He has no OTAs. He has no rookie mini camp. But we got to move off him after 9 games, and that's a fair shake.
No
you see the hypocrisy? The hypocrisy, bro.
And don't forget with these guys who don't watch film, it's like when you watch a guy in college, let's be honest, the stats really don't matter. It's about finding traits and it's about finding your play style. Or else, if someone leads in sacks, Ferguson's going first. That DN Ferguson's going first overall. Then if it's just about sacks and it's just about numbers, like in college, let's be honest, defense is basically shit, and you have to look at traits, man. It's not about stats.
Everything is about what translates. Translates? You know,
the next level.
And Greg would be the first defensive player off the board if that was true.
Yeah, and the thing is that Tua played in the toughest conference in the nation, bro. In all of college football, he played
in a pro style offense.
NFL.
It's like mini NFL. Yeah,
in a pro offense.
It's like, oh yeah. And the biggest excuse, the biggest thing that they criticized too, he had first round wide receivers. Oh, he's just a product of the offense or whatever. I'm like, dude, that ball had to be delivered with, that ball had to be delivered in stride.
Irving? Guess what?
Huh?
You want me to hit you with some fact, Irving?
Sure. Yeah.
You name all those receivers he had. All right. Waddle. Right. Judy. Ruggs. All right, even Michi, because I don't think he'll do this. Okay, you want to Devontae Smith? Guess what? Only one of them went in the top 10.
Yep. He just got traits. He has explosiveness that Smitty doesn't have.
He didn't play that full season with Calvin Ridley. He didn't have a Julio Jones, bro.
Right. I was just about to mention that reason. Anybody who's trying to create a narrative that he had all these great first-round wide receivers, the only reason that these receivers even jumped into the first round is because Tua was clearly a first-round quarterback. Alabama hasn't had a first-round quarterback since like Joe Namath or something like that. Like it's like he was the man. He was the one that elevated Alabama from powerhouse to team, out of the atmosphere. Yeah.
And Martin,
like he was the reason, bro.
Josh nails it. After that 2018 when Calvin Ridley left, right? Judy, Ruggs, and Smith, they were all put on the map with Tua.
Yeah.
In the 2019 season, bro.
Yeah, that's facts, bro.
Yep.
That's facts.
Did you guys see on Good Morning Football? Nate Burleson, he was breaking down Waddle's film, and he was comparing him with Jerry Jeudy, and between the two, when they go and high point the football and make contested catches, he said about Jerry Jeudy that he's afraid, like he gets like a little like
you hear footsteps.
I would say like he hears footsteps, right?
Look at the LSU game. Remember, he had that big drop. If he doesn't drop that football, they win that game.
Yeah, and the thing is that when it comes to Waddle, he just high points the football, and he doesn't mind getting hit, bro. That's him, bro.
Irving. I said not enough people talked about his ability to win contested catches, bro.
Yep.
And I even gave y'all examples over the middle of the field where he was going up and getting them, bro.
Yep.
No one talks about it. That's the problem, bro. Everyone just tries to label. That's what that Sam Monson or Monsoon, whatever the hell that jabroni at PFF's name is. trying to label him as just a speedster, bro. That's how I know you don't watch film.
Right.
Shut your mouth and let the people who watch it talk on it, bro.
Right.
I know, bro.
Now, Jalen Waddle, Jaelan Phillips, they're both gonna. That'll be crazy. We have offensive and defensive rookie of the year on our team, bro. That can you imagine that?
It's possible.
They have the potential for that, bro.
Hey, can you imagine if we got 3 franchise cornerstones in one draft just with the first 3 picks?
That's like the 74 Steelers, like legit.
Oh, bro, dude, just the thought of that is like has my heart stopping, bro. Like what? Like, dude, this could be probably the greatest draft in our franchise history, bro. This could be a hell of a draft, man.
We'll see how it pans out because each of these rookies are going to be day one starters, I believe. All 3 of them, and
of course, again, go ahead, man.
And again, the rookies that we have from 2020, almost all of them were relatively not as great or what people will want to say underwhelming, except for like Raekwon Davis. Raekwon Davis flashed a lot last year. But even all our rookies from last year, everybody's anticipating for everyone to take a step forward. Not saying that everyone will, but imagine a 2020 class, 2021 class of starters on both sides of the football, and now you still have veterans all over the place on the team. Like this is setting up to where we can easily be one of those teams where you're gonna have to circle us on the calendar every single week. And again, I mean, somebody got to pay. Like they keep saying, somebody got to pay for this, man. To add the disrespect.
Hey, Reason. You remember when you were talking about our team not having really a lot of playoff experience? Yeah, I feel like we got enough veterans who have that playoff experience. So even if like the rookies struggle, they're gonna be able to prop them up. Like Malcolm Brown, even though Malcolm Brown not really like a big name, but he been there, done that. Will Fuller, Bernard McKinney, McCourty, all the players been there, done that. So I feel like we can
even those guys. Even Emmanuel Ogbah, he's Super Bowl champ with the Chiefs. He didn't have the biggest role with the Chiefs when he was there, but
he was hurt. He was hurt. Remember, he was hurt.
But
that's right.
But he's seen the gauntlet, man. He's seen what it takes.
He was leading the team in sacks before he had the season-ending injury.
Mm-hmm. So, but he's seen it. He's seen it. So
and I think that's one of the reasons why they brought McCourty over too. You know what I mean? To make sure that they keep some of these young guys in the secondary. You know, I think that is one of the reasons, you know, why we're starting to see some of these older players come in. You know, I think we got the young bucks in there. Now we just need to get, you know, McCourties and guys like that who can kind of coach them up on the side. You know what I mean? So
yes.
No, and then you get veterans that can teach the young guys the system, you know, that know Flores' system inside and out, you know, like Coleman and all these guys. And
I know Devin McCourty knows more than Jason McCourty. But since he's a twin, it's like an automatic, you know what? You was twin, brother. I believe in you.
Right. Default.
Let's go through and get some final thoughts here. I gotta get out of here. I gotta eat. Martin, let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I missed the first portion of the video, Jaelan Phillips. I'm more than like I'm gonna run it back just to see the breakdown of the highlights and stuff. But Jaelan Phillips is clearly one of the biggest acquisitions we had in the last 5 years, in my opinion, because, you know, outside of the quarterback, that pass rusher is invaluable, man. You need, if you don't have a quarterback, you need to put hella pressure on the other quarterback, and that's what we have in Jaelan Phillips. He can do that in his sleep, and you know, with talented guys around him, I just see him having one of those rare seasons where a rookie just comes in and dominates, almost like a Lawrence Taylor. So I'm ready to see what happens, man. So fins up.
Z-Man, let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
I just can't wait for the season to start. Can't wait for Tua to prove everybody wrong, because it's been a long time coming, and I know everybody impatient and all that stuff, but you know, patience is a virtue, and we waited 20 years. So what's another season, right?
Right.
Yep. L. Pollock, you've been pretty silent all night, man. Let's get your final thoughts, bro.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm excited. The reason why I was quiet is I'm kind of from the old school as far as watching film and learning about the game. So I'm actually here to learn from you guys. So that's the reason why I was quiet, because I was listening and learning from you guys, because I got a lot of catching up to do. But the Dolphins, I'm gonna tell you something. The Dolphins are they're there, and we just gotta just let them do their thing and things up.
Danimus, let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
I would just say that you know, I think that Tua has been severely underrated by the national news media. They don't understand what's really going on with him. I can't wait for him to make the biggest jump this year and show everybody, you know, he's the quarterback that he thought he was when it was tank for Tua, you know, when people were signing up for that. And I can't wait for us to go 11 or 12 wins this year and make the playoffs and see what we can do.
RJ, your final thoughts, dude.
Yeah, I am super excited about Jaelan Phillips this year, and even Jevon Holland too. I mean, I think that these two moves the Dolphins made are just absolutely incredible. If you look at the schemes that Flo likes to run on defense, he really likes to create like a lot of packages where you don't know where the blitz is coming from, and you don't know who's dropping back into pressure. And guys that are the best at that can help your team the most are versatile guys where you don't know what role they're going to do. And I think that that's what Jevon Holland and Jaelan Phillips can do. So you're just going to see a whole bunch of confusion on this team that's going to create a ton of turnovers. And I'm super excited to see this come to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And Jevon Holland prospect preview will be coming next week. Cash, let's get your final thoughts, bro.
All right. Well, for me, I'm definitely dying for the season to start. You know, seeing where our defense ended up last year, you know, I really wasn't too concerned with that. You know, even if we roll out the same sort of defense this year, we end up, you know, top 6 again. So be it. You know, my main thing was the offense. You know, we definitely needed to address that. We needed some explosion. We needed big plays. We needed to make the defense scared and back up. Waddle does that. You know, I like the tight end, Hunter Long. He's an offensive threat, big enough body to throw, you know, to get in the way and block. You know, so that's really my main thing. Hard to see what the defense can do. It can only get better. right? So it really can't get worse. It bet not. But my main thing is really seeing that offense just really take that next step. We got our rookies in their second year, so the O-line should be better than last year. Tua, we talked about him all night. So we already know what we're expecting from him. So I'm just looking to see us put up points, and that's my main thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Martin, look at what Rhino said. The Amber Heard love.
All right.
416K. Let's get your final thoughts, bro.
Fuck Colin Cowherd. Fins up.
There you go. Sticking to the point, huh? Logan, if you're still there, get your final thoughts, bro.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, you're breaking up, bro.
What?
You broke up.
Oh, 1 second. Wait, come back to me. I don't know if you can.
Yeah, you have to circle back, Reason.
Yeah, Irving, your final thoughts, bro.
Yeah, man. All I'm saying, man, just I think people are just fueling Tua's fire right now. They're just giving him exactly what he wants, and there's gonna be hell to pay this season, man. And Chris Collinsworth, he's coming for your head, buddy. You clown. Anyways, I gotta watch. I didn't catch your breakdown of Jaelan Phillips. So I'm gonna have to watch it. I did catch a little bit.
I'm gonna be dropping it as I'm gonna be doing because I've been doing the clips. I'll be doing the clip tomorrow morning. It should be dropping.
Oh, great! There you go. But as far as from the film that I've seen a little bit, like I said, very versatile guy, explosive off the line. He'll make you look silly. He'll make any tackle, any guard look silly. He's impressive. He can do everything. He can do stunts, twists. I mean, he just bull rushes you. He has a plethora of pass moves at his disposal that he could use to make make offensive tackles look silly. You can drop him back in coverage. I mean, just what a steal at 18, man. Top 10 talent is 18. And Javon Holland, the same thing. I think he's a fusion of Devin and Jason McCourty. He's just everything that Brian Flores wants in a DB. That versatility, that guy, that ability to throw anything at an offense and keep them on their toes, and I love that. As for Waddle, he's a perfect fit for our offense. Maybe a lot of people didn't have him on their big board. Maybe they had other receivers or whatever. But he's a perfect fit for our system. I mean, what were we the worst at? We were the worst at getting. We were one of the worst in yards after catch, and we were one of the worst in getting separations from DBs. So, and who's the best at that? It's Waddle. He's the best he's the best wide receiver in this draft class at that. So, all these rookies are gonna, with their versatility, they're gonna make immediate impacts on this team, and they're gonna take us, very far. And one last thing, I know a lot of Dolphin fans they fear the schedules and stuff like that. It's about time that teams fear us. It's about time that teams fear us, man, because I'm tired of this. Oh, I'm worried about the Ravens. No, I'm worried about the Bills. No, man, they got to be afraid of us, man. So we're as dangerous on offense as we are in defense. So that's all I got to say. I'm just looking forward to minicamp and fins up.
All right, so I will be back
Can you
on
hear me
Monday. Yeah, okay, go ahead, Logan.
Yeah, so like I was saying earlier, I'm so excited for all our young rookies to fall out, especially Waddle and Phillips, one of my two favorite picks. Phillips gonna have all those sacks. Waddle's gonna get all those touchdowns. It's gonna be very nice to see. And yeah, Tua's gonna shut up all those haters, and he's gonna fall out this season.
Say it again, Logan. Say it again.
All right, let him know.
All right, guys. I will be back on Monday.
All right, baby.
Next week the schedule is probably gonna be Monday, Wednesday, Friday because the NHL playoffs start, and I gotta spend some time on my other channel. So next week I'll be back Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You already know what time it is. Fins up all day, every day. And next week, Josh Houts and Sorty will be coming on at one point with me. So it's going to be Monday or the Wednesday show. And then Friday, I'll be doing the Javon Holland prospect preview. All right. So everyone, have a good weekend. Stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. Fins up.
safe.
If there's breaking news, I'll be back this weekend. But take
go.
it easy, everyone.